Hello, welcome to Joy News at 6. The news is live on Joy 99.7 FM and Hits 103.9 FM in Accra. In Kumasi, we're live on Love 99.5 FM and over 30 affiliates across Ghana's 16 regions, including Volta Premier, Ho, and Kekeli FM Ho, and Menuveva Flower, Lolonyo FM Ho. Get radio, TV, and online content on the myjoyonline.com interactive app for Android and iOS devices. This morning, we put the spotlight on the National Health Insurance Scheme, which appears to be struggling, forcing card bearers at the Kolebu Teaching Hospital to pay more for basic health care.
I usually use the National Health Insurance for my card, but when I'm about to do the lab, I pay the extra too I paid. I can say it's only for the card.
In our election headquarters, the New Patriotic Party unveils Balmia campaign team consisting 30 individuals to play pivotal roles in the quest to secure power in December 2024.
But the campaign chairman and strategist will be Honorable Dambuchi. For senior aides, Engineer Kwabena Japat. For coastal campaign, the coordinator will be Madame Mavis Hawa Kumsin.
Meanwhile, the NEC has set up a 3-member committee to communicate outcome of the Yendi parliamentary elections.
Has given the matter to a 3-member committee to communicate the decision of the National Executive Committee to all interested parties. Has cleared the municipal chief executive to contest.
In business,
Cedi loses 3.66% to the dollar in the retail market since beginning of the year as it sheds value to all major foreign currencies. Last week, we've got details on the Joy Business Report.
And later, Accra Academy Senior High School plunged into darkness as the Electricity Company of Ghana disconnects the school from the national grid due to unpaid bills. I am Amisi Nyamiche Thompson. Details now. Imagine paying for a premium service, but you're compelled to pay more for same services whenever it's time to access them. That's the story of subscribers of the National Health Insurance Scheme who are expressing frustration over the extra payments for services anytime they visit the hospital. In the first part of our feature series on the National Health Insurance Scheme, my colleague Kenneth Jesse takes a closer look at what's happening at the Kolebu Teaching Hospital.
Following its establishment in 2003, the National Health Insurance Scheme was intended to provide equitable access at the Kolebu Teaching Hospital, which is the nation's biggest referral health center. Patients from far and near come to receive medical care. However, quality health care here comes at a cost, even with a valid National Health Insurance card.
Formally, when I'm a GU patient, when I go, the drugs that can be provided is being catered by the National Health Insurance covers it. For some years now, when I go, they only give me one of the drugs and then the other ones I have to go and buy.
In 2022, the National Health Insurance Authority added treatment of 4 childhood cancers to the National Health Insurance Scheme's benefit package. But several concerns continue to emerge about the effectiveness of the scheme and why it no longer covers the costs of some of the most basic diseases.
So with the lab issue, that's the problem for me personally I have, because after the doctor have seen you, the consulting is also part of the insurance. It clears it.
Belinda Quay is a mother who brought her sick daughter to the Kolebu Teaching Hospital for treatment. But her heart sank when she learned that most of the medicines the doctor prescribed for her daughter were not covered by the health insurance scheme.
I usually use the National Health Insurance for my card, but when I'm about to do the lab, I pay the extra too I paid. I can say it's only for the card.
In the various parts of the hospital, patients continue to feel the pinch as they are asked to pay either extra for services at the hospital or the scheme does not cover some basic services they expected it should cover. Kenneth Jesse, Joy News, Accra.
And that's Kenneth Jesse with that report. Now to our election headquarters. Now, Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia's campaign gains momentum as the National Executive Committee of the New Patriotic Party finalizes 30 individuals to fight for power in the December elections. Key figures in the campaign team include former Ministers Dan Boche, Dominic Nitul, former flag bearer hopeful engineer Kwabena Japat, and Howard Kumsen. Now, the announcement was after a closed-door meeting between the National Executive Committee and the National Council of the party. General Secretary Justin Frimpong Kodia made the official announcement.
The chairman for the campaign is the flag bearer himself, Dr. Mahamadou Bawumia. The vice for the campaign or the coordinating committee will be the vice presidential candidate, which we are yet to select. So every committee will report to the flag bearer.
Now, advisors for the campaign include all former flag bearers of the party, including the current president, Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo. Here's Justin Frimpong once again.
Then we will have the national chairman, the former president, J. Kufuor, President Nana Akufo-Addo, Chairman and members of the National Council of Elders, former National Chairman Mr. Freddie Blay, Madam Elizabeth Ohene, Reverend Joyce Ayi, and Madam Akusia Frima Osei Pare as campaign or as members of the Campaign Advisory Committee.
Meanwhile, the NEC has also set up a 3-member committee on the Yendi parliamentary elections. Justin Kodia once again.
On Yendi, the National Executive Committee took a decision and has given the matter to a 3-member committee to communicate the decision of the National Executive Committee to all interested parties. And once they communicate the matter to them, and whatever decision that has been taken will further be communicated to our friends from the media. But we feel that we need to speak to the parties first before we come out with the decision of the National Executive Committee.
Away from the NPP, the National Democratic Congress has criticized the Electoral Commission for disregarding public concerns by initially suggesting the elimination of the indelible ink in the 2024 general elections. This criticism follows the EC's decision to reverse its stance in the upcoming election. Mustafa Bande is Deputy General Secretary of the NDC.
First of all, it saves the EC of its dwindling credibility. They've just been exposed by a decision they advanced out of ignorance to, decision that the law exposes them, the decision that wasn't feasible in the first place, given the circumstances that we find ourselves.
Now, the National Coordinator for the Coalition of Domestic Election Observers, Albert Kofi Ahin, who welcomes the EC's decision to maintain the use of the indelible ink, however feels the general elections should be held in November.
The EC, with regards to the indelible ink, didn't do any consultation before making that announcement. So it's very pleasing to hear that they've rescinded that decision and want to go with the stakeholders. I think that is the right thing to do. And some of us actually believe in this 7th November issue, or this holding elections in November, because it will give even the political parties time to plan well if there should be any...
If there's a runoff.
The runoff, that's right.
And that's your election headquarters, brought to you by Petroleum, your clean fuel in full quantity. Now, Chairman of the Mines and Energy Committee in Parliament, Samuel Atacha, has indicated his resolve to hold the Chief Executive Officer of the Minerals Income Investment Fund, Edward Nanaya Krante, into the committee to furnish it with details involving a $12 million spent on the Japat mineral royalties deal. The conversation was revived after the NDC vowed to prosecute persons involved in the deal. We'll hear from the NDC shortly, but first listen to Samuel Atachia, who spoke to Evans Mensah on Top Story.
We are very much in that. You see, matters of this nature, touch on the public press, and therefore we have the power to bring the main boss to say that. Could you please give us the constituents of this huge amount? And then we will be talking factually. We're going to bring him before the committee, and he should give us the components of this huge sum of money.
We can now listen to the National Communications Director of the NDC, Sammy Jimfi.
The OSP was very clear that the Japat deal was illegal because it breached the Public Procurement Act. He said the whole transaction was fraught with procurement rigging and therefore breached the Public Procurement Act. He raised issues about breaches of other statutes like the Public Financial Management Act and even violations of the supreme law of the land, the 1992 Constitution. All the facts have been outlined clearly in the Corruption Risk Assessment Report published by the Office of Special Prosecutor.
And before we go, students and teachers of the Accra Academy Senior High School last night were plunged into total darkness after the ECG disconnected them from the national grid. Stanley Nibleo visited the school and spoke to some students and management of the school.
It was a surprise because it has never happened before, and even our home masters that pay for their prepaid, they are still in the blackout, which is a shock to all of us. So all that we are asking of the authorities is that due diligence must be done so that our state can be brought back to normalcy.
If it continues, how is it going to affect your activities on campus?
It will go a long way to affect us because basically everything we do here requires electricity, from our ironing to even our assembly times and everything. So the absence of electricity will affect us big time.
The students were at prep, and prep, there were no lights. So if students have been given assignments and things that they need to do and submit the following day, what will happen to it? They can't submit them because there was no light for them to work.
And that's how we end the bulletin this morning. We put the spotlight on the National Health Insurance Scheme, which appears to be struggling, forcing card bearers at the Kolebu Teaching Hospital to pay more for basic health care. I am Amisi Nyamije Thompson. Business is next on the Super Morning Show.
You know, Papa, see that? And it's rickety car. Hey, Papa! Papa! Oh, Bobo, so how your engine now? It is half man, half amazing. Thanks to Quartz and you can feel better energy. Can't touch this. Actually, guys, so Sancho's engine just died like that? Yes, so somebody managed to convince him that there is a better engine oil than Quartz, and he switched. Sancho Panzapa. Now, which engine oil can be better than Quartz? No other, my guy. Quartz with its age-resistant technology, it keeps your engine younger for longer. Now you know. Have you guys seen the new bottle design? It's superb. Quartz 9000 from Total Energies there improves fuel efficiency. Why do you think Mr. Mane and Logoso have taken the Quartz Nation movement World Cup like that? Sorry. Chairman. Hey, Quartz. Keep your engine younger for longer.
The boys are lined up looking for an opening. They are charging forward from our three. Kuku has his eye on the cashier, but Yo gets there first. He taps and he scores.
Win your ticket to glory with the ABSA Card Assist. Tap to pay with your ABSA debit or credit card, and you could win an unforgettable Premier League experience in the UK or any of over 50 consolation prizes such as home appliances and shopping vouchers. It's time to tap your way to the Premier League with your ABSA card. ABSA, the official banking partner of the Premier League. Terms and conditions apply.
Millennium Insurance has enhanced its motor insurance policy cover to make life more comfortable for you, our valued clients, and in the event of vehicle breakdown whilst on the road. To ensure your safety and that of your vehicle, Millennium Insurance will ensure that your broken down vehicle is towed to a safe place within 1 hour of call and 30 kilometers radius from the place of breakdown. This service is absolutely free. Millennium Insurance, your trustworthy partner, is on standby to be of service to you. Contact us now on 0501 394 997 or 0501 285 821, 0501 394 997 or 0501 285 821.
Millennium Insurance, your trustworthy partner.
No matter your water needs, Syntex has it all. Syntex tank was first to introduce double layer tank, and now you can have as many layers as you want. Syntex tank was first to introduce white inner layer tanks in Ghana, and now introduces the customer specs order, which will let you order any color and size you want. Syntex tanks gives you the biggest warranty of 7 years, which no other tank gives you. So whatever your water consumption, size of project or demand, choose Syntex tank. Syntex tank, stress-free. Syntex tank, reliable. Syntex tank, maximum guarantee. Call 0244 335 168, Kumasi 0505 555 666, or visit syntexgh.com. Syntex tank, a strong, a tough.
Honey, I know you're a bit hard up now, so I've decided to sell the gold necklace you bought for me, so at least we can pay our rent.
Wow, that's so nice of you. But you see, there's just one problem though. Then the necklace, it's actually not real gold.
So it's not real gold, it's real what?
It looks like gold, but it's actually fake.
So all this while I've been walking around thinking there's real gold on my neck, not knowing it's galamsey chain.
Honey, I'm so sorry.
Oh, sorry for yourself. No wonder you're broke. You continue being broke, sir.
Don't wait till a rainy day to realize you've been played. Times are hard. Invest right. Invest with iVest, the smart fixed-term investment account from Isway that gives you real value. iVest, real returns for real people. Call Isway now on 0302-208-222 or text iVest to 4993 to get started. Isway, your trusted financial solutions partner. Isway is a member of the Ghana Deposit Protection Corporation.
Agwavu.
Hey, good morning.
Them quench the light for Accra.
Oh, Charlie.
And I mean,
too bad.
It's some way, right? Okay. There is a little detail about it that confuses me.
Mm-hmm.
I want you to listen to this student, right, who spoke to us. Just listen to him.
It was a surprise because it has never happened before, and even our home masters that pay for their prepaid, they are still in the blackout, which is a shock to all of us.
Did you hear that?
Yeah.
So
home masters who pay
the teachers
who
pay their electricity for their bungalows or whatever via prepaid. Even their lights are off.
Well, disconnected from source. Is that
Yeah,
what it is?
but what that means is that what does that even mean? The prepaid meters are all feeding into one source, and
I guess,
and there is a big bill to be paid for all of them, or what? I don't get it.
Well, I'm thinking there's just a source for Accra Academy, and maybe the teachers are connected to it, and so because there's a disconnection, like everybody goes.
But that's kind of like saying, Joy FM hasn't paid its bill,
and
so you switch off Kukumlimli.
Yeah,
it doesn't quite add up for me.
Doesn't add up.
It's something we need to talk to ECG about, but not just ECG. I mean, this money for electricity bills.
The government is supposed to foot the bill,
and every budget includes it. And unless there isn't an accountant in the school.
And so
who knows that electricity bill should be part of the so obviously every school will present a budget that will include electricity.
Yes.
Where is the money? Where's the money? And we send these kids to school boasting that we're educating them for free.
Last night they couldn't study because the lights were off. I don't know if they iron their clothes on a daily basis, but I don't know.
We have become a very accepting society. We have become very accepting of failure, of incompetence and mediocrity. We become very accepting of it.
Mediocrity.
Yes, from people who we pay and elect to do their very best because they claimed to be the best. They are switching off lights in schools.
And it's not just Accra Academy. There are other schools facing similar challenges.
A few months ago, Kwaboche was
so where's the
talking about
money?
the same thing.
Where's the money?
Sikanway. All right, we'll dig. Anyway, the 6 a.m. news was brought to us by Total Energies. Total, we go the extra mile for you, and Absa Bank Ghana Limited, helping you find a way to get things done, not forgetting Millennium Insurance, your trustworthy partner. And of course, now it's time to kick it into the next gear with the Joy Business Report, brought to us by Omni Basic Bank, at your service.
Hey, good morning. Welcome to the Joy Business Report. Coming up this morning, Cedi loses 3.66% to dollar since beginning of this year as it shares value to all major foreign currencies. Last week, also, Parliament's Finance Committee approves $300 million World Bank loan for consideration by the full House this week. We explored the impact on the city and government financing for the year. Plus, energy experts push for the review of some taxes and margins on petroleum products as the price of diesel inches closer to 14 cedis a litre. Details coming up. My name is Daryl Kwao. Thanks for being with us. Hello to our friends listening on KTU Radio in Koforidua. The Ghana cedi has lost 3.56% to the dollar in the retail market since the beginning of this year. Though the depreciation pressures have eased and liquidity has also improved, the local currency still lost 0.40% in value week on week to the American greenback last week. Here's more in this report.
The local currency lost ground last week despite improved market liquidity. This came on the back of corporate demand and stronger than expected January 2024 inflation. After depreciating in the first two trading sessions, the Bank of Ghana's $15 million spot market provision and the $20 million auctioned to the bulk oil distribution companies helped hold the cedi steady at 12 cedis 58 pesos to the dollar until the week's close. But the cedi lost 0.40% to the dollar in the retail market. The US January 2024 inflation moderated to 3.1% from 3.4% in December 2023. Analysts anticipate this may renew market uncertainties and strengthen the dollar as the market anticipates the Fed to hold the policy rate in the next meeting. They also believe this may introduce depreciation pressures on emerging market currencies, including the cedi in the near term.
All right, here's your update on the currency market. The dollar going for 12 cedis 63 pesos. That's on the retail market. The pound going for 15 cedis 70 pesos. The euro going for 13 cedis 38 pesos. The Finance Committee of Parliament has finally approved the $300 million World Bank facility to support the 2024 budget. Here's George Yaffe with more.
The development should now pave the way for the full House of Parliament to consider the facility and possibly approve the deal. This would then allow the Bank of Ghana to transfer the $300 million to Government of Ghana's accounts at the Bank of Ghana. The Finance Ministry can then go ahead and draw down the cedi equivalent of the dollar facility. For the Bank of Ghana, it's going to come as a big relief because of its impact on its international reserves. This is because it will be in a better position to support the Ghana cedi at a time that the local currency is under some pressure. But for the central bank, it was quick to add that the limited support for the market is more of a plan to be strategic with its reserves rather than the fact that it is facing some supply challenges. The World Bank approved some $300 million last month to support Ghana's economy as part of the broader IMF program. However, disbursements have delayed due to government's inability to secure Parliament's approval for the facility to aid in the transfer of the funds from Washington, D.C. to Government of Ghana's account at the Bank of Ghana here in Accra.
George Yaffe with that report. Finance Minister Dr. Mohamed Amin Adam has reiterated the need for an urgent roadmap for the Ghana Revenue Authority to rake in more revenue for the state to meet the pressing needs of the economy. According to him, this is key to addressing some economic challenges, including the completion of some critical stored infrastructures. Speaking at an engagement with the Ghana Revenue Authority, he said any delay in finding solutions to Ghana's economic downturn would be dire.
Multiple complex issues such as taxes being implemented without coordination, without a roadmap, then it becomes a problem. I know that some of the tax handles that were approved by Parliament for the 2024 budget, you are still preparing and putting in place the mechanisms to implement them, even though we are in the second month of the year. But if we have a roadmap that is clearly defined and we all understand our roles and what we all have to do to contribute to achieving the target for 2024, I believe we will do better.
Dr. Mohamed Amin Adam is Finance Minister. The Ghana Stock Exchange is entreating local businesses to enter the international markets with long-term funding from the capital market. According to its Managing Director, Abnamwa, using multiple sources of funding from investors will be a prudent way to support the growth of local industries to enter the global market. She spoke to Joy Business after Casa Perco Limited listed the first tranche of a 600 million cedi bond on the secondary market.
Just your own money and short-term debt money will only go you up to a certain small level. If you want to compete and take over Africa as we are calling ourselves to do, if you have something that's good and the whole world wants to benefit from it, this is the market you come to. So our corporate governance requirements, the type of board members you are even able to attract, the type of employees you are able to attract because you have the capital to attract them, because you are transparent, because you are paying your taxes, because everyone is seeing how you operate, is the game changer. And it's through capital markets that all developed economies have gone forward, even places like China.
Abna Moa, Managing Director of the Ghana Stock Exchange there. Economist Courage Buti is of the view that the Monetary Policy Committee of the Bank of Ghana may not cut the policy rate again in its next meeting due to the recent climb in inflation to 23.5% in January. The committee, after its first meeting in January this year, cut the policy rate to 29% from 30%. Mr. Buti explains that the committee may not want to send mixed signals to the market by reducing the policy rate with a marginal increase in inflation.
And with the trajectory of inflation now, and if you like, the marginal upticks we expect in the next few months, probably the March policy rate decision will not be a window to even cut rate, because then you would create some confusion in the market. And I think the Bank of Ghana will be a bit more cautious in March to try to sustain an outlook of continuous decline before even making a decision. And in any case, you don't want to distort the market with very sharp cuts anyways. And so, yes, in my estimation, we expect maybe between 400 and 600 basis point cut in the policy rate for 2024. And that will bring rate to around 24% by end of the year.
That was economist Courage Buti there. The Chamber of Petroleum Consumers Ghana, COPEC, has mounted a strong justification for the removal and review of some taxes and margins on petroleum products. According to COPEC, this has contributed to high fuel prices. Some oil marketing companies took the lead over the weekend to adjust their prices upwards. The price of diesel is now getting closer to 14 cedis a litre. Speaking to Joy Business, Executive Secretary Duncan Amwa said that taxes and margins on fuel must be relooked at.
We are just doing too much. The rent-seeking activity on the petroleum price build-up is quite too much, and it looks as though for now, anytime there's an issue with any sort of finance or revenue or funding that is required, then the easiest fruit, the lowest hanging fruit for finance ministers is simply to just input a line of tax on your fuel price build-up or LPG or even electricity. That for us is becoming quite disheartening. And it's one of the reasons I have personally called on the new designated finance minister or minister of finance, knowing exactly what energy does to every economy, decided to streamline some of these taxes.
Reacting to this, energy strategist Dr. Isi Suleiman called for the establishment of local strategies to cushion consumers from the impact of geopolitical tension on the international front.
We need to have local strategies. Local strategies are very important because if you don't have control over these international dynamics, when they hit, it is only the robustness and the resilience of your local strategy that will help you. Unfortunately, we don't have them.
You had energy strategist Dr. Yusuf Suleiman. And now, as part of measures to support small and medium enterprises in Ghana, Japanese ambassador to Ghana, Hisanobu Mochizuki, says his country will increase investments to boost operations of SMEs. Mr. Mochizuki pointed out that more Japanese investors are interested in investing in some key sectors to create jobs. He spoke to Joy Business when the Japanese government donated some 6 cars to the Ghana Enterprises Agency.
Assets will be coming. So actually, we have variety of some projects in Ghana. So this is one of them. Not only in the field of MESEs and industrial development, but also contribution to the field of education, health, agriculture, and capacity, human resource development.
All right, let's turn to Investor Eye today. Joseph Kokwe, who is lead in charge of cybersecurity at the E-Crime Bureau, gives some tips on how to avoid fraudulent investment links sent to your mail or WhatsApp.
There are certain metrics you are looking at. You are looking at historically, what kind of message has this person been sending? So if you contextualize it in that way, then I know the kind of messages you send on a group. This is very inconsistent with things you normally send, right? So on that metric, then I can determine the sender aspect as suspicious. From the sender aspect, you can also look at who is sending it in terms of, again, it comes with history in the sense that, has this person ever sent a message to me before? So if you are dealing with someone who is a one-time sender, normally it also is suspicious. because people of that range are normally attackers who are just targeting as many people as possible, and they want to see who will fall victim to it. But thirdly, in this case of the sender, the beautiful thing about it is you can easily call to verify. So I got a link from you. Are you the one who sent it? I'm saying this because there are cases like where you mentioned where someone's account can be hacked, and then the hacked account is being used to send things.
We're closing with a look at the commodity market. Crude oil went up again to $83 a barrel. There was no price movement for gold. It started at $2,019 an ounce. Cocoa also stayed same at $5,341 a ton after recording no price change. There is more news on our website, myjoyonline.com/business. My name is Daryl Kwao. Thanks for listening. The Super Morning Show continues. Don't go anywhere.
Thank you very much, Daryl Kwao, and the team for joining us with the Joy Business Report. Daryl,
hey.
I'm sure we'll meet later.
Oh, yeah, definitely. Didn't see you yesterday. Nice launch of 2024 election coverage.
The Accra Metropolitan Assembly launching coverage for election 2024.
Wow. Great.
Yes.
And, more to come, right?
Oh, more. I mean, we've launched the programs now. Election brief starts today, everything elections. So we'll give you all that update on Joy News, on the Joy News channel. And then fact check tomorrow. So we've started.
Nice.
Yeah.
Way to go.
And ballot box will continue later. We'll start later in the year. Anyway, thank you very much, Daryl. Let's now go for our inspirational song for today here on the Super Morning Show. Hello, Ray.
Hello.
It's good to see you, eh?
Oh, well, I can't say the same for you, but it's fine.
Oh.
Why? I'm not under any obligation to,
What sort of antagonistic?
No.
Opprobrium is this?
No. I do not like cliche. Hey, good to see you. No. It's not good to see you, my brother.
Good to see you is a political term.
Yeah.
Somebody's name. Okay. Anyway.
If you know, you know.
If you know, you know.
No, good to see you is somebody's name. It's a political term. Good to see you. It's good to see you. It's good to see you.
And you know, it's funny. They were actually teasing him for something that is a virtue.
Good to see you, though.
Yeah, no, because they were saying he does that.
wants to give additional information.
But I'm not going to reveal. I'm not going to reveal the identity.
In fact, if you say anything beyond that, everybody will know.
No.
You leave it at that.
Not necessarily.
You leave it at that. Let's go for that.
You let me make my point.
No.
All right, let's go for a drive safe campaign.
Yes. Brought to us by Joy News and the Multimedia Group, and supported by Toyota Superior Quality and Imperial General Assurance Solid Protection. So our tip today says, take it slowly. Fast driving belongs to the race track. Fast driving is on the race track. Traveling at an easy, sensible pace gives you time and distance to respond to anything you may encounter. So just note these points and drive safely.
Let's now learn how to say it right, and it's brought to you by Kingdom Books. At Kingdom, quality and affordability are our hallmarks. And also Societe Generale Bank Ghana, the future is you.
Something must be done.
You say either, I say either.
I'd like us to do some pronunciation. And today I have another word that gets a lot of use in election years. I'll spell it. Tenure. Tenure. Tenure, not tenor. Tenure in a political context means the period of time during which a public office or position is held. Tenor, on the other hand, refers to a singing voice whose range sits between baritone and alto. See? Completely unrelated to tenure. So this political season, let's refrain from referring to the singing voices of public officials when we mean their term of office. Thank God we now know the difference between the two words, so we can all say it right.
So tenure, not tenor.
Tenor, is it a music tenor?
I don't know.
Is it a music tenor?
Yeah,
that's a tenor.
Anyway.
Or tenor.
Oh, that's yet another variation. Well, it's tenure. All right, let's get into the news review brought to us by Syntex Tank, Air Strong, Air Tough, and Enterprise Insurance at 100, Yafine promotion, celebrating our legacy, securing your future.
Now, the Daily Graphic is reporting this morning. Cleanest Region Ranking campaign has been launched. It should be launched today. Now, there's another one. Vote overwhelming for Mahama on December 7. NDC tells Ghanaians that MPP names national campaign committees and push to exceed revenue target. New finance minister urges GRA. So GRA consistently. Should I say consistently? Yes, they say
over the last 4 years they've been exceeding their targets.
So now there's a further push by the new finance minister, Dr. Mohamed Amin Adam, to the GRA to exceed what they have been exceeding, so that they can rake in more money for the people of this country. Of course, we know where they should be getting more money from. We know that he had not hinted throughout the conversation of new taxes. Because of what his predecessor did. We are skeptical about people who say we do not introduce new taxes, because you may never know. It may come up along the line, even if you do not have any plans of getting it through.
You know, Raymond, yesterday the market queen said something. She said that, as traders, they want to formalize. They want to move from informal to formal. Yes, they want to formalize, and they want to be assisted to do the the formalization. Now, this is what I get, and if we're serious about collecting a lot of revenue, what would have done is to actually assist these traders to formalize. We train them on bookkeeping. Then, if you want to incentivize them, and we had an opportunity to do so under Coronavirus Alleviation Program Business Support Scheme, CAPBAS, where we said hundreds of thousands of entities, were giving assistance by government. But you ask yourself a very simple question. After the end of the 2-year moratorium in 2022, how many of these businesses have made profit? How many of them have paid taxes to the states? That's something we should be told right now. Then we can pick it up from there. The Vice President, in his vision to the country, indicated that the revenue gap, is 24 billion. I mean, the gap, the revenue we do not collect is $24 billion. $24 billion. That is over 240 billion. It's actually more than this year's target for the Ghana Revenue Authority. Our medium-term revenue, framework, the strategy, indicates that when it comes to income tax, there's a variation of 81%, which means that what we collect is only 19% of what we're supposed to be collecting. Even VAT, there's a variation of 61%. Now, you put all of this together, and you realize that today, the taxes on petroleum should not be there.
Yeah.
Okay, if you put all of this together, you realize that today, the emission taxes should not be there. We don't even need to have a conversation about the abolishing or not of, VAT on electricity consumption. So there is a lot of revenues in this country that can be collected. We don't collect it. Then we turn around and burden those who are paying with indirect taxes. So today, we're talking about emissions levy. Today, we're talking about sanitation and pollution tax. Anyway.
Well, one other one. This is Inside Africa story, and it's quite interesting. Africa's flying presidents under fire. So Kenya's William Ruto and Nigeria's Tinubu, since they became presidents, they have faced criticism over their frequent trips abroad. The two men have been the subject of unflattering descriptions. The cost associated with their alleged penchant for air travel often contrasted with tough economic conditions at home. So basically, this story is saying that it appears the leaders on the continent, they have prioritized traveling to places for conferences that people cannot really prioritize, get any benefit from. The other argument is about the cost. We had a similar debate about the president every time flying some private jet or here and there, and we're told about the state of our own jet, and we moved on. Then it reached a point where we were in serious conversation with the IMF. He stopped. I don't know if he's still doing so now. But at the core of it, you are unsure whether the people you are electing them as deputy foreign ministers or as leaders in their diplomatic congregations. Some of their engagements, China meets African leaders. Then the entire continent, all the leaders, 54 or so of them, will pack up and go and sit with China somewhere, take pictures. And at the end of the day, some of these leaders do not even get the opportunity to do the one-on-one engagement that will bring the needed changes that they want. Then the next day, Germany is meeting African leaders. As if some, when you are always begging, you have to go and be saying nice things to the guy so that he will give you an opportunity. But what is it with, and I've heard the Kenyan president before, that in the future, they are going to only let a few representatives go and talk to them. Or use AU, for example. If major European countries are meeting, the EU says, this is a delegation that's meeting it. They don't necessarily have to send every leader in the European Union to you.
You see, sometimes
it's mind-boggling how it's as if we are the only grouping. You hardly see, in all fairness, even the G20, how many times they meet in a year, how many times they move around to actually, but they make big-time decisions.
Sometimes it is actually a very important pillar of foreign policy to determine which events the president will attend himself, which ones he will send the foreign secretary or the secretary of state or the vice president to instead of him. All these things are important diplomatic touches that demonstrate the level of liaison between one nation and another. As for us, have you ever seen, let me ask you this, have you ever seen the vice president representing the president on a foreign trip? Have you ever seen Dr. Baumia representing Nana Akufo-Addo on a foreign trip?
I don't recall, but maybe, of course, it may happen.
I would like somebody to give me one example, because I can't think of one. But I would love someone to share one example of a trip that President Akufo-Addo was supposed to go to, and instead he asked the vice president to go. When the vice president travels abroad, it's usually for his own, things that he himself is personally involved in. Our president loves to travel.
Apparently, it's not only Ghana.
Well, it looks like it. Yes.
Behaving the same way.
Let's get to the Ghanaian Times. And at Tap and Go digital platform launch, government procures 100 electric buses to enhance metro mass transit operations. And there's been a lot of discussions, maybe controversy surrounding the launch of Tap and Go, Raymond and Kojo. So the Tap and Go is a single system, common platform created for the entire transport ecosystem, including both inter and intra-city bus services, the trotro loading taxi service. So more like, it's also a ride-hailing app, for instance. You could use it as such. Now, I have seen a feature on the Tap and Go where, for instance, if you get a taxi, and taxis could use it. You get a taxi and it says, it will cost you this much, and you probably will tell the taxi driver, I am prepared to pay this. If he agrees, you would see it there, then you could take it. But the controversy has been whether this is the first time that we are digitizing transport services in this country. People have asked questions about what happened in 2016 about the Ayalulu and even Metro Mass. So I've been doing my own checks, and later on the show we'll have this conversation, because what I realized, what I found out was that in 2016, indeed, there was a digitized service for Ayalulu. But that service was only for Ayalulu. And so you could only use it for Ayalulu. But what you have here is for the entire transport system. So you can use it for trotros if they sign on to the Tap and Go. And that must be made. If they sign on to it, it means you could get into it and use that card. But when we get into the conversation later on, so you could actually say there's an upgrade of what we had in the past. So today, all the entire transport system can use one card. Also on the front page, general election dates change from December 7th to November. Not feasible this year. So yesterday, Dr. Bosman Asari joined us during our launch of our election coverage for 2024. And while there, he talked about the fact that, the change of date is not feasible for this election. And I said earlier that I had been at a meeting with the UNDP where the Electoral Commission was. Then they indicated that it was going to be on December 7th. Another point is that the indelible ink will be used this year. Okay, it says, well, and I like the fact that Dr. Bosman Asari admits that when you are organizing an election, you don't have to do anything that could jeopardize the process. So if people say we don't want it, we want it, and you say no, I am the Electoral Commission, so I want to use it, you're actually giving room for trouble. And I'm happy that the Electoral Commission is understood. The other point will be the registration exercise or limited registration exercise for this year.
And he stressed that after 2028, it will surely happen.
November. Yes, that's what.
Except yes. That my thinking is that we will reach 2027 or early 2028, and the same people will come up with calendar. We have no plans. We have.
In fact,
ideally,
it should be done now.
Yes,
and for 2028, and I think that was the agreement. We'll do it now for 2020, because if you try it in 2026, 2027, another party would say, a party would say, we don't accept this. The controversy is on, whether there's going to be a limited registration exercise and how the form it would take.
But they promised quite clearly that there was not going to be any limited. There would be a full-blown registration exercise this year. The more reason why last year's own was limited. And that the hope was that by the time they are doing it this year, everybody or the population, the 1.5 million or so that was still outstanding, to getting their national identification card would have really gotten their card, the Ghana card. It cannot be an excuse, and we should be fair to our people. Me, for example, the expectation of me to go to the IRSO office was unfair and unreasonable. Yes, it was actually almost telling me that I should abandon work to go and stay in that queue, sometimes for 2 to 3 days, before I could get an ID card. It is an unreasonable request.
You're right. And so yesterday you realized that we asked that question because, and I said it because at the same meeting where the EC indicated they were not going to conduct elections in November, but in December, it was stated that the plan again this year is to have the registration at the district offices and had to reach electoral areas. Yesterday, Dr. Bosman Asari says, a lot of options are on the table, and so they've not concluded yet. And when they conclude, they actually would make their plans known. But based on the meeting I had, based on the fact that everything said there has been repeated by Dr. Bosman Asari, I am inclined to believe that the original plan of the Electoral Commission is to repeat the same process in 2023. But that, as you've stated, is unacceptable.
Yeah.
You don't expect people to leave whatever they are doing and go and queue in an office for 6, 7, 8 hours just to register.
You will be deliberately reducing the people who should be on the roll. Effectively, you'll be deliberately reducing the amount of people who may be available to vote in the election. That's unconscionable. That's not the job of an election management body. In fact, you're supposed to be doing the opposite of that, rather. Anyway, the final is reporting this morning. Hotel associations are surprised that Dr. Awal, who was at tourism, right, is exiting government. Damboche leads Dr. Baumia's campaign. That's on the front page here. And CBG others help Kasapreko to raise 600 million from bond market. And you hardly hear of the stock exchange successes, but this is good news anyway. I mean, more Ghanaian companies should be getting a lot more money so they can expand, so they can develop, and they can recruit more people and can give real and meaningful jobs to people in the Republic. And transport services digitized. And Winston was talking about this, starting with Metro Mass to improve operational efficiency. There is something that the Vice President said before, which is very good news, but it appears not to be getting a lot of support. That we are getting some electric cars in, is it 100 or so of them? Hopefully we will get them soon.
Let's go for the online news review.
And it's brought to us by Zenith Bank in your best interest and Goyle Good Energy.
So what do you do when you're running out of fuel in your vehicle? Do you just top up anywhere? Don't do that. Let's introduce you to the Good Energy family and why you must be part. Gold Super XP 195 and Diesel SP are the best quality fuels with high performance in town for your vehicle. And Gold Super XP 195 is a high-grade fuel sold at the same price as normal fuel. And Diesel SP is low in sulfur, making it an eco-friendly option for your vehicle. Goyle Good Energy, Goyle, Yanaya.
Some interesting names pop up in the Vice President's campaign team, including Reverend Joyce Ayi. And she's on the advisory committee. So, lots to talk about there. Go to myjournalline.com and check out that story and others. Right now, though, it's time for the BBC News, brought to us by Fidelity Bank, Believe With Us, and Old Mutual, 10 years of greatness in Ghana, here for a lifetime.
For decades, we have helped businesses connect with their trade partners all over the globe. From Ghana to Burkina Faso, Côte d'Ivoire, Benin, Togo, Senegal, China, Morocco, France, Netherlands, and many other countries. We have made it possible to bring Ghana to the world. We have brought small and medium businesses closer to their customers across the regions in Ghana with our SME support facilities. We have brought relief and smiles to the faces of families with our employee personal loans. With our cutting-edge technology and digital support, we take the burden of complex thinking off you, making life simple. That is who we are, as close as a partner. Bank of Africa. We are indeed the African bank with the global reach.
Want to feel energized for more?
Fuel up with Super XP Ron 95 and Diesel XP high performance products from Goyle. Our high grade fuel comes at no extra cost but with more power. And our Diesel XP, it's low in sulfur, making it an eco-friendly option for your vehicle. Experience high performance and quality with our products. Available everywhere. Choose Super XP Ron 95 and Diesel XP for an energizing driving experience. Goyle, good energy.
Hello Ghana, I've got great news for you. After 26 years of academic excellence globally, Botho University is now in Ghana, offering degree programs in health information management, cybersecurity and risk management, software engineering, network security and computer forensics. Admissions are ongoing for January 2024 with up to 50% scholarship for the first 150 students. We offer flexible payment terms, internship opportunities and experiential exchange programs with our sister campuses. Pick up your admission form today at our East Legon campus near ANC Mall or call 0302 523 782 or WhatsApp 020 990 4714 for more information. Both the university, vibrance, innovation, impact.
Ooh, things are looking up on this side.
When you upgrade to the enhanced GCB mobile app, you start doing more with ease.
Create a GCB instant account easily and conveniently with your GCB mobile app and start sending and receiving funds. All you need is your Ghana card.
Pay your bills, subscriptions and fees to multiple merchants safe and secure.
Charlie, tap the app. Open a GCB instant account and experience the recoded vibe.
You're able to top up on all types of ECG prepaid meters with their special card readers and keep the power on. No worries, no stress.
With GCB mobile app, you can also generate prepaid and virtual cards to use on ATM machines, POS devices, and for online transactions.
Well, I pay my subscriptions and fees with my GCB mobile app conveniently.
GCB mobile app. Download now from Google Play Store or Apple Store. Upgrade your style. GCB Bank. Your bank for life.
Today at 11:30 and 18:30 GMT. At 8:30 GMT, Business Daily.
Today, we head to the Philippines to explore how an artificial coin shortage is affecting business and changing consumer behaviour. It's artificial because there are enough coins, it's just that people are choosing not to use them. We'll find out why.
This is the BBC World Service, the world's radio station.
Hello and welcome to Newsday on the BBC World Service with Rob Young and James Copnell. Great to have you with us.
The United States has called for a temporary ceasefire in Gaza and says it opposes Israel's plans to attack the southern city of Rafah. We'll speak to a trauma surgeon who spent time working in the Gaza Strip, where there's been a dramatic deterioration in healthcare services.
We'll hear too about the potential consequences if a multi-million-dollar aid package for Ukraine is not swiftly approved by the US House of Representatives.
Outrage over the death of the Russian opposition leader Alexei Navalny in prison continues. A Moscow resident tells us what he meant to her.
And China's first homegrown passenger jet is presented at Asia's biggest air show. We'll head there to speak to our business presenter.
But first, a bulletin of the latest world news.
Hello, I'm Neil Nunes with the BBC News. The United States has proposed a draft resolution at the UN Security Council calling for a temporary ceasefire in Gaza. Washington has previously avoided using the word ceasefire during votes on the war between Israel and Hamas. The U.S. resolution also opposes Israel's plans to attack the overcrowded city of Rafah. Our correspondent Jenny Hill in Israel says there's widespread international concern.
Within the last 24 hours, we've heard from all but one EU member state. They, in a joint statement, have called for a humanitarian pause in fighting, noting their concerns about any ground offensive in Rafah. They say that could be catastrophic. And we also learned this morning that reportedly the US will send its top Middle East advisor to the region for talks in Cairo and with Israel's Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu.
A British defense think tank says Russia is offering African governments a regime survival package in exchange for access to natural resources. The Royal United Services Institute says many of Moscow's activities in the continent appear to be carried out by a rebranded Wagner group. As Joe Inwood reports, the military force continues to play different roles.
The part fighting in Ukraine has been rebranded the Volunteer Corps, while the vast and valuable operations in the rest of the world, predominantly Africa, are now known as the Expeditionary Corps. It's being overseen by a Russian general called Andrei Avryanov, who ran the military intelligence unit allegedly behind the Salisbury poisonings. It appears to function in much the same way as Wagner did, offering what internal documents call a regime survival package, in exchange for access to strategically important natural resources from timber to lithium.
Farmers in Poland will block roads across the country today to protest against EU regulations and cheap grain from Ukraine flooding the market. Demonstrators are already blockading border crossings with Ukraine, causing long queues. The High Court in London is due to hear today the latest bid by the WikiLeaks founder Julian Assange to avoid extradition to the United States on espionage charges. Mr. Assange is wanted in the US for leaking classified military documents. More now from Nikki Schiller.
In 2010 and 2011, Julian Assange published thousands of classified military documents. American authorities say he broke the law and endangered lives. For the past 5 years, the WikiLeaks founder has been fighting extradition on espionage charges. In 2021, the High Court ruled that he should be extradited, and the Supreme Court upheld that decision a year later. Mr. Assange is now seeking permission to review that decision and to try to challenge the original ruling. He insists the case against him is politically motivated.
BBC News. Thousands of doctors in South Korea have walked out in protest at plans to boost the number of medical students. The government says it wants to solve a worsening shortage of healthcare staff, but many doctors fear greater competition for jobs could lower their earnings. Germany has been hit again by more strike action as ground staff working for the country's biggest airline, Lufthansa, have started a one-day walkout over pay. Damien McGuinness reports.
This strike by Lufthansa ground staff will last 27 hours and could affect as many as 100,000 passengers. It's thought that almost 1,000 flights could be grounded, many of them European international flights, and most of Germany's big airports will be affected, including Frankfurt, Berlin and Munich. Now, it's all because workers say they want better pay. Ground staff say that they're not being fairly treated and that the industry has rebounded, but that some workers are being paid handsomely, such as pilots, others, such as ground staff, are being paid a pittance.
Two of the largest credit card companies in the United States have announced plans to merge. Capital One has agreed to buy Discover in a deal worth more than $35 billion. The purchase will require approval from U.S. regulators. A court in India is due to hear an unusual plea today from a hardline Hindu group which has filed a case over a lioness in a wildlife park. The World Hindu Council says the big cat should not be called Sita, the name of a deity revered by Hindus. The group also points out that Sita lives in the same park as a lion called Akbar. He's named after a Muslim emperor, which they say makes him an inappropriate companion for Sita. Those are the latest stories from BBC World News.
Great news is here. Batmat is here again. XXL clearance sale. Guaranteed savings. From now till the end of April, the big sale continues. Get discounts of up to 70% off sanitary wares, light tiles, waterproofing, and all other product families. It's the year to get things done. Visit our showroom at the North Industrial Area next to the Winners Chapel, Ghana. Don't miss out. Batmat. Welcome home.
Keep quiet, keep quiet. A moment of silence for
coffee in your cup.
voice, is remarkable. It's not. You won't find it. It's quite unique.
Yeah,
you
Jackie.
hear it once and it's Jackie you're listening to.
Yeah, I'd prefer to say Jackie, not Nana Champa. I'll tell you why. When you're in the same profession as your father, and people always want to mark you.
I say that just to give a bit of let's call it provenance, right?
Okay.
To Jackie. We all know she's Jackie in her own right. And is making a big career for herself.
Yeah,
by the way.
But I said that just because I'm a son of a journalist, and when people try all the time to compare,
I know what you mean.
You don't want that kind of comparison all the time. But this is it. She's a very good singer. Very, very good singer. I mean, there are those who have actually argued that she probably should try higher notes, and I say, why? What's their problem? She does a good job singing like this. We like it. End of story. I mean, I listen to her songs all the time, and I say, well, this girl will go places, and she's going places indeed. Yeah. And so that's the most important thing. I was just having a conversation with Andy Dosty this morning, because when he was at the Grammys event, the event for Africa, for instance, he was actually complaining that they weren't playing Ghanaian songs. So he walked to the DJ and said, why aren't you playing Ghanaian songs? So I was telling him, Andy, you want us to play Ghanaian songs? He says, yes. And we're having a conversation about, whether our songs are great or not. He believes that we have very good songs, and one of them is this, beautiful young lady, Jackie. She does very, very well.
Yeah, I love it. This, I could play it all day. This one.
The way you do me so, don't call me Baba. I've been needing my peace, big body girl, what you say now? It's like there's something running
down below. All right, listen, on the Super Morning Show today, we've got lots and lots of things to talk about. Obviously, the lights are being switched off in our secondary schools, and it's unconscionable. Accra has had their lights switched off because of failure to pay
electricity bills.
Where's the money? Every school budgets every year submits their budget to the Ghana Education Service, I have no doubt. So where is the money that is supposed to go for electricity?
No, but you see, if you're running an educational system where you say everything must be free, it is expected that one, you, the government, would have an arrangement with, for instance, the Electricity Company of Ghana. So these schools should be on postpaid so that you can actually pay ECG later. Strike a deal with them and say, every month I would make payments, or every 2 months, or every 3 months I'd make payments. You cannot. And we heard from them, Fanspem head master, during their speech and prize giving day, complaining about the fact that government had only given them about 80,000 Ghana cedis. Okay,
out of
100 out of 204,000 Ghana cedis. Now, this is it for me. It is unacceptable. We cannot be spending 7 billion cedis on free estate over the last 7 years and still be facing these problems. Why? If you think you cannot pay some of the bills, let people help. I have consistently said this. I still believe that all over the world, if you want to go to boarding schools as a luxury, pay your fees. If you say, I want to take it, make sure you pay. Don't let people struggle.
I mean, look, even if you give somebody free accommodation, if you own a house and you decide you're going to give it out for free, someone can have free accommodation in your house, that person will still pay electricity. So free SHS, no. Why is it that we are not ensuring that those who are benefiting from the free SHS can keep the lights on?
Kojo, it is electricity bills in other schools. In some schools, it is really the supplement they have to add to their feeding. In some other schools, it is where the kids are going to sleep. We heard of the Wesley Girls issue.
Thank you.
And this is widespread. And in some schools too, it is where they are sitting in the classroom.
Oh.
Forget about
in some schools, it is the classroom.
Yes, forget about the books. And we can also dismiss the other things that you're asking the people to purchase every single day. I think parents have come to the conclusion that even government will bury its head in the sand and pretend it is doing everything free. But on the ground, they know that they are making massive contribution. And this is what we should all admit and agree to. We know deep within our hearts it is happening everywhere. Every single institution has its own set of problems, and they had the problems before free SHS. The only difficulty here is that you made it look like you have absorbed every single item on their list, except the ones you said they should bring to the schools. But in reality, you are struggling. The schools are struggling. The head teachers, they are also afraid that when they speak up, you are running some, what they call it, a 14th century autocratic system. So surely they can't voice out. They only have to wait till when they have a speech day. They don't make it look like, oh, they are delivering to a certain small group in their basic difficulties they've been asked to name. Kojo, go to the main schools in the country. There are massive problems, be it in Achimota school, be it whichever corner you find yourself. Parents are supplementing, they are supporting, but there are things you cannot support. For example, you cannot on your own come up and say that I bought electricity, I'm going to give it to the school. You only have to be asked to pay money for it. But what was the operation before? One was expect that a sensible institution, because why? What changes? Government owes ECG. Government institutions owes ECG. That arrangement can be done at that level. If I owe ECG, it's a different level. But the schools, if they do not get the power to study at night, how are they competitive in this country?
But guys, don't forget something. The education minister was at Wesley Girls, wasn't he, with the president?
Okay.
Wasn't he there? Yeah, when the head girl
was talking about.
Yes, talked about all the things that,
yeah, that's the
challenges.
That's a formula. Let the students
say it.
If they say it themselves, they can't victimize them.
So the students said it, and the education minister spoke. Pretty much one of the main things he said in response to all of that was that very soon all the kids are going to get tablets. So they can't pay their electricity bill, but you're going to give them tablets to come and train more power because they have to charge them, right? They can't pay their bills. You're coming to give them tablets. Now, you see, here's the thing. It's kind of like, imagine having a wife that you're supposed to be giving chop money to, and you tell her that, look, I want you to pick your food items from ShopRite or MaxMart or any supermarket. Go and pick I only want you to pick your items from there for free. So your wife goes there and fills her basket every time she needs to cook for you. But you don't pay MaxMart. You don't pay ShopRite. But you expect her to go there every time to go and pick things to come and cook for you. Then you come and give you say, from next month, I'm even going to bring you a bigger coal pot so you can cook more. But you still are not paying the bill. When she goes there, she goes to face the embarrassment. She's the one who is turned away because she can't get what she needs to come and cook for you. But you are collecting funds, telling everybody that as for you, your wife, she doesn't pay for shopping. She goes to ShopRite and she doesn't pay. It's free.
And at some point,
with no results at the end of it.
And again, I'm saying that, you see, this is not being consistently discussed because I think there's an unwritten agreement now that parents are checked out of pretending that they don't know the realities of the ground.
No, we know the
reality. When the schools say, oh, how can you do? Then parents will say, okay, well, we can supplement this way. So they call PTA meetings. The parents themselves, they say the teachers are even part of the meeting, so they don't put them in trouble.
Yeah.
Parents will say that, oh, we are buying this for the schools. And I'm saying there are schools that people are supplying food. And some are supplying furniture. They are doing basically everything. Then we still are doing the pretentious, oh, they are not part of our system. We are paying everything. We are sponsoring. We are doing everything. And we are even adding on other expenditure items that the previous ones we cannot pay for, like the tablets we are talking about. At some point, if we do not take the partisan politics out of this small system we will kill the proper senior high schools in the country. Let's not get it wrong. A chunk of them, they are basically not so good schools. The proper ones, we will kill them. We will make sure that people, and now it's happening, people who feel that they are well-to-do have deliberately said, oh, even though I went to this school and I think it's a very wonderful school, the kind of system they're running there now would not be suitable for my child. So they are choosing options. This is what we did to the JHS and the other lower schools, that everybody has checked out of the public system and is now running a private structure, which is almost always killing the public system.
And we've actually moved to that level. Today, a lot, and look, one of my mates, okay, just told me recently that he sent his daughter to a private school. I said, why didn't you send her to the public schools? You know the response? Do you like this stop, start system?
Yeah.
Do you like that? Is that what you like? And I have said something. Look, I saw it the last time when the school children told me that they have not eaten. And I said, why are you people telling lies? I saw you eating. You know what the young ones told me? They ate Tom Brown without sugar and bread. So that is not food.
Hold on. They take it themselves. You see, they take it. The school. They go. The school is giving the Tom Brown itself. You have to bring your own sugar, whatever additions you want to do to it. The bread is being sold by somebody out there. So if the kid is demanding money from you, she may not be able to boldly tell you that the food I'm getting, it's almost 1/3 what I'm supposed to be getting. So you have to, by all means, provide food for the child.
And
you know
what? And this is the other problem. Who are the suppliers of food to the schools?
Yeah.
Who?
Who are they giving these deals to?
Who have these contracts? Go and check. Constituency organizers.
Yeah.
I mean, constituency executives. Some of the regional executives. They are the ones who supply food. And the last time, a certain headmaster was saying that when they even come, there's a term for it, has escaped me. They actually tell you to sign for 100 when they are providing 50. Hey. Oh, yes.
War unto you if you refuse to
War
do
unto
so.
you. And so you see,
The technical term is chobu.
No, there's a term for it. I get it. Kojinyako knows the term. I let him,
And the argument is that, see, they are balancing their system because even though I'm supplying you, government will not provide the money. So I have to manage it in such a way that I will get money to be able to supply consistently and get my money maybe, not certain, maybe in the future. We are not saying that you can run the perfect system. What we are saying is that if you do not take care, you are going to destroy the few schools that have produced proper people in this country.
You know what?
If you don't take care, you are going to bring down our education system to its knees and still be pretending that they are flying high.
You know what? I went to Augusto. I'm a proud APSU. But I'm not going to subject my son to somebody's experiment, all in a bid to create an illusion of a legacy. Free SHS. I mean, I've never heard of a country that wants to pay for the boarding, feeding, everything of students in secondary schools. You are borrowing to do this. You are borrowing to look at where we are. Look at where we are as a country. And legacy, we are continuing to borrow just so that you can boast that you provided free education. Minus my child. Anyway, there are other things on our minds.
Yes, a lot of things about digitizing transport services. We started by talking about it.
Yeah.
This morning we'll hear more. So I will hear from even the persons who developed this tap and go system.
Yeah. I saw my Oyster card, right? Yeah, I saw the Oyster card somewhere this morning. Hey, you have helped mankind before.
It's coming to help mankind in Ghana, hopefully, if it works out. But yesterday, guys, last night, Ghana Police issued a statement. A very interesting statement, because until I saw the statement, I wasn't even aware that there was an issue. It turns out that during our launch of the election headquarters, we spoke to a police officer. I think
DCOP Prince Gabriel Wabu.
Wabu, yes. And he shared some insights about their strategy for the election. This very acerbic statement from the Ghana Police came out last night. It says... police statement on comments by DCOP Mr. Gabriel Prince Wabu on election security. The attention of the Ghana Police Service has been drawn to an unfortunate statement made by DCOP Mr. Gabriel Prince Wabu during a panel discussion on Joy News today. That's yesterday. The statements made by DCOP concerning election security were unfounded and do not represent the position of the Ghana Police Service. We would therefore like to dissociate the service completely from the statements and apologize to the Ghana Armed Forces. The conduct of the officer is being subjected to internal disciplinary processes of the Ghana Police Service. We want to state that under the National Election Security Task Force architecture, the Ghana Police Service works with all other security services, including the Ghana Armed Forces, to ensure peace, security, law, and order before, during, and after elections. The approach to the 2024 general elections will not be different. The Ghana Police Service wishes to appeal to the general public to continue to support deepen democratic, so forth. Signed by Grace Ansan Akrufi, who is Assistant Commissioner of Police and Director of Public Affairs. Right? Very strongly
today,
worded.
If you called Grace Ansa Kofi to actually clarify this statement, she will not speak.
Because the police has this very strange policy of not speaking. So I was actually surprised when Wabu joined the conversation yesterday. But then this is actually what he said. Let's listen.
You looked at 2023, the elections that we conducted you could see that all were incident-free. This is the status, and we have learned out of it, we have taken notes out of it, and so we know where we are moving
What
forward.
have you learned out of these?
Like how we organize it, how we organize all those elections that within last year, and whatever happened in 2022, a lesson has been learned out of it. We're not maybe going to involve the military as it were, because it was not even the police that came out with this issue. So it's going to be only the military, the police, the prisons, the fire, and then immigration. That is going to conduct these elections. They are going to support us. It is our baby. It is the police baby, but we want to co-opt in our sister security to assist in one way or the other.
Has that been sorted out, though, that when it comes to elections, you are the primary security agency, and in fact, in the coordination process, you will have to request if you need additional support, and we don't have a situation where we have the military going into a place and creating this tension that we see sometimes that then leads to violence, and then the police is held responsible, but there's a military that has been deployed sometimes without your knowledge. And I'm saying this on the back of Ayawaso West Wagon. And when the commission work was done, it was streamlined with the police being the arrowhead. Has that been sorted out for this year?
That has been sorted out by the Inspector General of Police with his PUMA members, and it's a clear-cut issue. Every internal issue is the police duty, and that is for sure on place. So we don't have any thing that we need to maybe recall the past when it comes to this year's elections.
What exactly is wrong with what he said?
The suggestion perhaps that because this apologies to the military.
Yes.
Perhaps the man said they may not be playing the same role that they play in previous election. They may not be playing the leading role or be in the same way that we saw in the past election. What did they do in the past election? We know that there were some police stations that were manned by military people.
Yes.
Yes, we also know that other places that actually had military presence and all of that. If he says this is the new plan, assuming it has changed, and I will be surprised if the man had not sat in a meeting where there's an agreement that this is the new plan.
I doubt he made it up.
Yes. He'll wake up one morning and say, no, we don't like the military, so we don't want them to be involved in anything close to our elections. Let's be fair to ourselves on this one. The tone of the letter is a bit like the man has actually created a very big problem with police and security and other people's relationships. But he did not even say that it will change. Or say we may even be considering some of these things. And yes, all of the words he was using, like very conditional words, not emphatic and all of that. If you want to correct this matter, you could have actually corrected that matter without
even bringing the public in.
Yes, without even creating the impression that he has committed a major infraction, which required disciplinary, and I've said so, disciplinary proceedings and all of that. Especially when they hardly speak to the people. When even Grace Akwefu signed this document, we call him 50 times today. She will not speak to us.
And you see, for me, this is the thing. This is the Director General of Research and Planning. If you want to interpret his statement, don't just start from what we've played, and I'll tell you why. So the police service, this is it. The man starts by saying that we're training officers. And so today, if you go to the police depots and the police training school, we're going to take even 300 officers through training on elections and everything. We're going to make sure that when they go onto the grounds, they are able to ensure security. Then he goes on to say, so we ask I asked that question, what lessons have you learned? What are these lessons that you talk about? The man says, we've learned lessons. So there's a problem. Then you call in the military to come and help the situation. So if you call the military, they come in, people die. He says, based on the lessons we've learned in the past, we may not. So if the police is able to deal with an issue, do they have to call on the military? No. So the man says, we may not be calling on the military because internal security is our job. Why? Is that in dispute? Is it in dispute that internal security is the responsibility of the police? And so when it becomes until sometimes they can call on the military. But if the police thinks they can handle it, what's the problem?
Do you know what confuses me the most? They are apologizing to the military as if they don't, the military can do something.
Or they can decide that we are not participating in
this.
That's
what I'm saying. If they don't, can the military decide that if the commander-in-chief deploys us to go and assist the police, can they do that? Can they say that? In fact, what can they do? Why is the police groveling to the military? Because one of their officers says that we are improving our own capacity so that we do not need the military to help us maintain law and order internally.
Okay, so
they are groveling, they are begging. So that means that the police high command doesn't think that the police can improve their capacity to the point where they can handle an election without the military taking a lead role. The police doesn't think they can do that. Is that why they are begging the soldiers?
We'll get back to this.
And the man is now going to face disciplinary proceedings for what he said. Police sometimes, Charlie, guys, they shock fans. Anyway, we've got lots to talk about today. Stay with us on the Super Morning Show. It's all coming.
Wake up to joy, joy, joy. Sunshine and joy in the morning time. Yeah. Wake up to the Super Morning Show. Yeah. Wake up to joy.
All right, Toyota users, get ready for a revolution. If you want your Toyota engine to function optimally, then there's only one choice: the Toyota Genuine Motor Oil. The Toyota Genuine Motor Oil has been rigorously tested and proven to be the best oil for your Toyota engine. Specially crafted to keep your Toyota engine running smoothly and efficiently, the Toyota Genuine Motor Oil is available at all Toyota Ghana branches across the country. Nothing makes your engine happier than Toyota Genuine Motor Oil. For bulk purchase and distribution, contact Toyota Ghana on 0302 429 801. Toyota Ghana Company Limited is proud to be associated with Joy FM and Joy News' Drive Safe campaign on the Super Morning Show. Toyota, superior quality.
Start the new year with easy and secure movement with SG Ghana. Get reliable motor insurance and receive free fuel for your vehicle. Buy or renew your Sound Driver insurance with SG Ghana from now till the 31st of March and get free fuel of up to 500 Ghana cedis for your trips. It's time to hit the road with reliable insurance and free fuel. Visit any SG Ghana branch today and get the cover that you need for your vehicle plus free fuel to take you places. Sound Drive Plan is underwritten by Allianz Insurance. Terms and conditions apply. Societe Generale Ghana. The future is you.
Now, the College of Medicine and Allied Sciences, COMAS, is a degree awarding institution offering Bachelor of Medicine and Bachelor of Surgery using the Graduate Entry Medical Program, the Bachelor of Diagnostic Imaging, and also the very interesting BSc Health Information Management. All these programs are accredited by the Ghana Tertiary Education Commission, GTEC. At COMAS, we pride ourselves in our innovative bilingual curriculum that prepares you to consult in French and as a graduate with an entrepreneurial, research and ethical mindset. Admissions are currently ongoing for all SHS graduates who wish to obtain a first degree in health information management. Also, SHS science graduates wishing to gain a degree in Bachelor of Diagnostic Imaging, and also graduates with science background who wish to accomplish their dream of becoming medical doctors. Contact us now, +233 208 456 556 or info@comas.edu.gh. COMAS is your citadel of a holistic professional medical education.
Now, you know, a poorly maintained car engine will age faster, and that is why Toyota offers, did I say Toyota? I meant Total Energies. Offers specially formulated quartz engine oil with age resistance technology. It's a breakthrough that ensures optimal performance for your engine and improves protection against mechanical wear by up to 74%, even under extreme temperatures and pressures. Choosing quartz from Total Energies is choosing the engine oil that keeps your engine running efficiently and effectively. Quartz, keep your engine younger for longer.
And get a loan of up to 450,000 cedis from Fidelity Bank and get rewarded. Switch your existing salaried loan to Fidelity Bank or get a new personal loan and enjoy the lowest fixed interest rate, repayment holiday option, guaranteed fixed monthly repayment or installments. Don't miss this offer. Call us on 0800 003355 or walk into any Fidelity Bank branch today and let's help you achieve that dream.
Now, get more value for your money with the Hollard Into Suo Motor promo. Now, you should know this. You get Into Suo when you sign up for Hollard's motor insurance between now and April. Yeah, but also enjoy free fuel vouchers, free roadside assistance when your car breaks down, and amazing gifts too. With Hollard's quick motor insurance claims process, you've got the best insurance ever. Yeah, too so brutal. Inti contacte your insurance broker or any nearest Hollard office. You can also call the toll-free number 0800 444 999 to sign up. Join the Pepple family. Hollard Insurance. We insure you and everything you love.
All right, well, if you can't wait to visit your family or friends in London, well, now you don't have to. That's because British Airways flies there 10 times a week to 2 different airports. Fly into London Heathrow or Gatwick Airport. Treat yourself to British Airways' Club World and experience exceptional levels of comfort and service. Club World comes with a seat that reclines into a fully flat bed and offers you a premium dining experience. Or you could fly World Traveller Plus and enjoy a quieter, more spacious cabin. Fly British Airways and experience the best of British hospitality on your journey to London. Don't wait, book now at ba.com.
And save the date for the 4th edition of the Omni Basic Bank Health Walk happening on Saturday, March 2, 2024 at the forecourt of the State House from 5:30 a.m. The walk will start from the forecourt of the State House through to the principal streets of Accra and back to the same venue for aerobics and fun-packed activities. Keep the date open, and guess what? Participation is completely free. So come with your friends and family. Let's promote a healthier community. Remember, the date is Saturday, March 2, 2024, and it's the Omni Basic Bank Health Walk. Better health starts here. For more information, kindly call our contact center on 0307 086 000 or 0302 758 555, or you can call us on toll free 0800 100 790. Omni Basic Bank at your service.
Now, as a business owner, insurance is incredibly important. When you have a business, you are not only responsible for your livelihood and goods, but also that of your customers and clients, and also your staff. Now, SIC Insurance PLC has the full array of insurance policies for your business, which covers property buildings, workmen's compensation, key persons, that's professionals, motor, public liability, business interruption, and many more. Potentially disastrous situations can be prevented with the right insurance cover. So talk to SIC Insurance today on this number 0800 100055 or 0302 8223 100, and you'll be exceedingly glad you did. SIC Insurance, our promises are sacred.
All right, don't forget to go to kingdomstoreonline.com at some point in your day. All right, go check out their great office essentials, equipment, furniture, stationery, all of the good stuff, which you can pay for via Momo, and then you get free delivery if you are in Accra or Tema. Terms and conditions do apply. At Kingdom, quality and affordability are their hallmarks.
And time now for the UPSA Law School Point of Law series. And today's, you would love this. It says, a marriage is deemed a nullity unless there is first experience of sexual intercourse between the parties after the celebration of the marriage. All past acts of sexual intercourse do not count for this purpose.
So the woman.
Why did you say Raymond will love this?
No, you have been testing the thing. You have been doing arrangements. I've seen some video. A woman say if you have not touched and done other things, you cannot.
The sofa. Okay.
Yes. Imagine. You have been testing the thing.
The sofa who got the
by immediately you go and do
interviewer surprised.
Yeah, she had to drink water because no, that means that. So after doing all of these things, then you have to now saying that I do finally officially paying credit for it. Then if you don't do it, it's a problem.
So that means that legally the process of marriage includes consummation.
Yes.
And so it says
by law.
Yes, by law. Yes, it says.
So you can be doing things before, but the minute you get married, your clock is reset, and you are immediately re-virginized.
Start afresh. So it says this is the Ghanaian Common Law, Article 11, 1992 Constitution, originally decided in Nicoludis 1953, page 93. So for purposes of emphasis, a marriage is deemed a nullity unless there is first experience of sexual intercourse between the parties after the celebration of the marriage. All past acts of sexual intercourse do not count for this purpose.
But how about the one that your brother stands in for you? You get that? So you have traveled, right? So your brother is representing you in the act, but he cannot do the thing for you.
You know he cannot.
Yes, he cannot do the thing for you. So until you
return and do that, you are not married.
And I'll tell you a funny story before we go for a break. A member of parliament was contacted by one of his constituents, and he said, "Oh, so pay, help him with his dowry and everything." Then the man said, "Oh, so after that, since I am the one marrying the woman, will you bring her to come and spend some time with me?"
The MP said that.
Yes.
He wants to lose the seat.
Well, he lost the seat eventually.
Okay.
Then we know why. We know why. It can be tasting and sampling. Anyway, but what an interesting, aspect of the law.
Yeah.
And it's not. This is not the only jurisdiction where this holds. It's quite universal actually. I certainly know that it pertains in the U.S. Legal system.
So if you consummate and you don't like, what happens?
Buyer's remorse. Sorry, no refunds.
You have legal
no
education.
refunds.
Tell us. We'll come back with sports.
All right, stay with us. Lots and lots coming up, including your birthdays, right here on the Super Morning Show.
Babe, what do you want for Valentine's Day this year?
Momo.
Really? See, how about a vacation at a posh, romantic hotel just for a few days?
Nope. Just Momo.
But why?
It's because everything you mentioned is up for grabs in the Momo Valentine's promo offer.
Make this Valentine a season of love to remember. Just pay your bills and shopping with the Momo app or *170# and stand a chance to win a 2-night stay at a romantic 4-star resort with your partner. Once you pay your bills with Momo, you automatically qualify for the raffle. Keep paying to increase your chances of winning and discover Sikakakra or Dokakra this Valentine.
But why didn't you say so?
Enter this Momo Valentine promo today. This promotion is regulated by the National Lottery Authority on the Caritas Lottery platform. T's and C's apply.
MTN. Have you ever thought of the one that makes you complete? An escape from the clutches of interest charges. With the Standard Chartered Visa debit and credit cards, payments are completed at the speed of light, intertwined with interest-earning accounts. You also get unbelievable rewards every time you swipe. You have access to over 1,200 airport lounges worldwide, high credit limits of up to 100,000 Ghana cedis, and up to 50 days interest-free with our credit cards. You also get to enjoy full multi-trip travel insurance for 90 days. Fees discounted at your feet with our globally partnered merchant points. Bills are always settled, not battled. Get the Standard Chartered debit and credit card now. Call toll-free on 0800 740 100 or 0302 740 100 or reach us via email on feedback.ghana@sc.com. Standard Chartered, here for good.
Alrighty then. So birthday messages on the Super Morning Show are brought to you by MTN. Everywhere you go. And Bank of Africa, the African bank with global reach. Bank of Africa, as strong as a group, as close as a partner. We will bring you those birthday wishes later. But right now, it is time for the Joy Sports Center, brought to you by MTN. Everywhere you go. Standard Chartered Bank. Here for good. And Twisco Energy Food Drink from Promasidor Company Limited. Twisco, power your dream.
Romantic ladies and gentlemen, spice up things. Spice things up this Valentine in this season of love. To qualify, just make bill payments and Momo Pay transactions with your Momo app or Momo USSD code *170# and stand a chance to win a 2-night stay at a luxurious 4-star hotel or resort for you and your partner. Imagine that. To enter this raffle to be one of the 16 lucky couples, all you have to do is the same thing you do every day. Pay for your goods and services and other bills using the Momo app or pay with the Momo USD *170#. It's that easy. Love is complicated, but this promo makes it simple. For Momo Tia, Adek Accra, Nidi Odok Accra in the Momo Valentine's promo. And the more you pay with Momo, the higher your chances of winning. And this promo is regulated by the National Lottery Authority on the Caritas Lottery platform. So hurry now. Love is waiting. Terms and conditions apply.
Now, welcome to your future, a future designed exclusively to propel women-led businesses to the next level. Are you a female entrepreneur developing technology or leveraging technology? The Standard Chartered Women in Tech Incubator Program offers specialized monitoring, mini MBA business courses, curated networks, tailored masterclasses, and seed funding to help you unlock unimaginable business growth. The program is implemented by Access University's Ghana Climate Innovation Center, the AUGCIC. Apply now to the Standard Chartered Women in Tech program. Visit the scwomenintechgh.com or the Standard Chartered Bank Ghana social media pages for more information. Application deadline is the 29th February 2024. Victor.
Raymond?
Everything fine.
Yeah, we did cool. Did you see Jordan Ayew's goal last night?
I'm seeing the video, but still.
Yeah, it was brilliant. Perfect introduction to his new manager. Of course, Jordan Ayew and more coming up on the Joy Sports Centre this morning.
It's back trying to win it. Arteta. Ayew with the shot. Oh, goodness me. Talk about moments in football. There is one. It was Jefferson Lerma at Chelsea last Monday. It's Jordan Ayew tonight. And it's Everton 0, Crystal Palace 1 in very spectacular style.
Jordan Ayew scoring that fantastic goal at the Goodison Park last night. Starting us off on Sports Centre this morning. And his goal was the opener, but unfortunately it was cancelled out by Amadou Onana's goal that was scored 6 minutes from full time as Crystal Palace were held to a 1-1 draw with Everton at the Goodison Park on Monday night. Before the game, Palace announced their new manager, their manager Roxon had stepped down as head coach and was replaced by former Frankfurt boss Oliver Glasner. The 76-year-old signed Jordan Ayew for Palace in 2018, and the Ghanaian has played his best football under the former England boss the past 6 years. Jordan paid a glowing tribute to Hodgson after the game.
I can't thank him enough. He's made me who I am today as a player, as a man. I came to this football club because obviously he decided to bring me in, him, Dougie and Steve, and he's been so influential in my career, and I can't thank him enough. I spoke to him before the game, and we spoke and everything, and for me he's a father figure for me, so there's no doubt about that, and I hope he recovers as soon as possible. And we know that it's not easy for him, it's not easy for us, but life goes on, and we need to defend the football club, and that's what we're doing.
Monday night was a good night for Ghanaian strikers because in Spain, Iñaki Williams also scored for Athletic Club Bilbao as they edged Girona by 3-2 in La Liga. Iñaki now has 9 goals and 3 assists in 22 league appearances in the current season. More on the Black Stars, and their former manager Otuado is leading the race to replace Chris Hughton as the next Black Stars coach. The 48-year-old who took Ghana to the 2022 World Cup is reportedly willing to take up the role again. Here's Live FM Stephen Sando.
Otuado was part of the applicants for the Black Stars coaching job and has been interviewed by the search committee of the GFA. According to our checks, he scored the highest marks, and the Football Association is convinced the former Black Stars coach is the ideal man to replace Chris Hughton. His appointment this time will be permanent, but that will come at a cost as he needs to cancel his contract at Borussia Dortmund, and this is why he will be reasonable on his salary demands. Otuade believes his experience during the Nigeria World Cup playoff and the World Cup in Qatar has challenged him to do more as a coach, and that is why he wants to return to coach the Black Stars. If government agrees to activate his release clause, the announcement could be made by next week.
Speaking of Black Stars coaches, former Minister for Youth and Sports, Mahama Yaraga, believes a competent coach will solve half of the team's problems.
When you get a good coach, that good coach can deal with some of the management issues. What are the management issues? All these allegations that people are interfering in the choice of footballers to play, people are lobbying and directing the coach and etc. If you have a coach worth his salt, nobody in the FA will be able to influence him as to the choice of players. You can only make your recommendations, he will assess your recommendations. Sometimes your recommendations make sense, he will accept them. They don't make sense, he will reject them, and there's nothing you can do about it. Because he's a coach worth his salt.
So the search for officer number 6 in 5 years under Ketukureku for what many have described as a poison chalice continues. Let's talk about Black Queens next. And they held their first training session at the Accra Sports Stadium on Monday ahead of their Olympic qualifier against Zambia. 18 players were involved, with 5 more players expected to report to camp today. Charlton's Athletics' Frida Aisi is one of those players yet to report to camp after getting a first Ghana call-up. She is hopeful that Ghana can secure a first qualification to the Olympic Games ahead of the Copper Queens, who were at the last edition.
Hopefully I can just add more strength to the team and we can just win games. That's the focus, that's the aim. Just to take each game at a time and hopefully qualify for the Olympics.
Now, the first leg of the tie will be played at the Accra Sports Stadium on Friday. Let's briefly detour from football and into athletics, because Ghanaian 200-meter runner Joseph Paul Amoah has confirmed he will be participating in this year's Accra 2023 African Games. Amoah is Ghana's former record holder in the event and one of the country's realistic hopes for a medal in the track event. He anchored Ghana to a gold medal in the men's 4x100-meter relays at the 2019 African Games as the men's relay team excelled in Rabat. He's expected to attempt to repeat that when the games begin next month.
Hello, lovely people of Ghana. It's Joseph Paul Amoah, 200-meter bronze medalist at the Commonwealth Games in Birmingham 2022. I feel happy, blessed and honored to announce that I'll be competing for Ghana in the 200 meters at the All-African Games in Accra. I want to ask every one of you to come outside and support in your numbers as the Ghanaian teams compete for golds in our various events. I hope to see you guys soon. Stay blessed, stay safe. One love, Ghana.
The African Games starts on the 8th of March and will end on the 23rd of the same month. The UEFA Champions League run of 16 continues tonight, and there are 2 games coming up. Former champions Inter Milan will host Atletico Madrid at the San Siro, while Borussia Dortmund face PSV Eindhoven away at the Philips Stadium in Eindhoven, where the kickoff for both games set at 8 p.m. We've got live commentary of the Inter Milan versus Atletico match and 8 p.m. on Joy 99.7 FM and on Hits 103.9 FM. Elsewhere, Napoli will face Barcelona tomorrow in their last 16 tie. But the Serie A champions have sacked manager Walter Mazzarri after just 3 months in charge and replaced him with Slovakia boss Francesco Calzona. Mazzarri succeeded Rudi Garcia in November of last year and departs with Napoli 9th in the league. In England, Manchester City boss Pep Guardiola has apologized to Calvin Phillips for saying the midfielder was overweight on his return from the Qatar World Cup. Guardiola made the comments in December of 2022, explaining why Phillips had been left out of his squad for a Carabao Cup 4th-round tie against Liverpool. Well, the England international is now on loan at West Ham, and he said the comments were a big knock to his confidence when he asked about them earlier this month.
Yeah, I'm sorry. Once in years is not bad. But I'm so sorry. I apologize to him. I do apologize, so I'm sorry.
And he says he didn't speak to you about that at all. Did you feel that you...
Sorry?
He said that he didn't sort of clear the air with you over that. Did you feel that...
Oh, no, I spoke about that, yeah.
You spoke with him about it?
Yeah, before I said to say, I spoke to him. I never, before I said something here, I didn't speak with the teams, with the players in that case.
Joseph Guardiola is Manchester City manager. And then the Joy Sports Centre. Before we go, quick birthday dedications and happy birthday to. So this is from Karim Abdul Benin to his mother, Hajia Mariama Adamu. He says, may Allah grant you long life and good health. Words are not enough to express how grateful we are to you for all the sacrifices over the years from your baby last, Adamu Benin Abdul Karim. Happy birthday to you, Mom. Also to Dr. Felix Dela Clucio of the Church of Pentecost headquarters. May God bless your new age and beyond from your team at the media ministry. Back to you, Winston.
Thank you very much, Victor Chutamaklo, for the latest in the world of sports. And it's now time for the Joy Business Minute, brought to us by Consolidated Bank Ghana. CBG, we stand with you, and Anointed Electrical, the generator experts.
Hello, welcome to the Joy Business Minute, brought to you by Consolidated Bank Ghana. We stand with you, and Anointed Electricals, the generator experts. The Ghana cedi has lost 3.56% to the dollar in the retail market since the beginning of the year. Though the depreciation pressures have eased and liquidity has also improved, the local currency still lost 0.40% in value week on week. The Finance Committee of Parliament has finally approved the $300 million World Bank facility to support the 2024 budget for consideration by the full House this week. Finance Minister Dr. Mohamed Amin Adam has reiterated the need for an urgent roadmap for the Ghana Revenue Authority to rake in more revenue for the state to meet the pressing needs of the economy. And Israel's economy shrunk by far more than expected in the wake of the conflict with Hamas in Gaza. Gross domestic product fell by 19% in the fourth quarter of 2023. And that's the Joy Business Minute, brought to you by Consolidated Bank Ghana. We stand with you, and Anointed Electricals, the generator experts.
And welcome back, and thank you very much for staying with us. This is the Super Morning Show on Joy 99.7 FM. And Anointed Engineering Services Limited is into the sales of ultra-silent generators from 5 kVA to 2,500 kVA, and they undertake maintenance and repairs of all kinds of diesel generators. They also stock genuine spare parts of all kinds for various generators and also do generator rentals. They have branches nationwide. You can locate their latest branches in Amrahia, Frims Oil on the main Adenta Dodowa Road, East Legon, Lagos Avenue opposite Turmeric Hotel, Tema General Hospital Road, Community 9, just after the overhead and Kaswa of the Wager Kaswa Road, near Simaf Cement Depot, and at Odoko, where they have their head office, number 77 Anointed House of the Odoko Malam Road. Call them on 0243 480334. And trade financing comes with its own complexities, but at CBG, we believe that doing business should always be hassle-free. Are you an importer or an exporter looking to improve your global trade experience? Then look no further with CBG's Trade Finance Solutions. Your trade financing problems will be an issue of the past. Take advantage of our trade financing solutions today to foster long-term partnerships, reduce the risk of doing business, and expand your international trade transactions. Visit any of the 114 branches nationwide to discuss your import finance, pre-shipment, import duty finance, and shipping guarantee financing needs. For further inquiries, contact us on 0302216000. Email us talk to us at cbg.com.gh or visit any of our social media handles on Facebook, Instagram, and X. Terms and conditions apply. CBG, we stand with you. And let's hear from you this morning here on the Super Morning Show. Social media messages brought to us by EcoBank, a better way, a better Africa. Provident Insurance, with Provident, man, you're covered. And you know, every day people face different emergencies: police emergency, fire emergency, medical emergency, you name them. But many Ghanaians don't know the emergency numbers. Well, here's one you would always want to remember, and that's star 770 hash. Yes, star 770 hash is the new EcoBank Money emergency number, and star 770 hash gives you instant access to loans, fund transfers, utility payments, airtime and data purchases, and so much more, even without data. So there's no need to panic when you find yourself in any money emergency. EcoBank will always come to your rescue. Dial star 770 hash now for solutions to your money emergencies. EcoBank, the Pan-African Bank. And you can now get your vehicle insured anywhere, anytime with the Provident Insurances or buy her on WhatsApp. She works around the clock, so you don't have to worry about closing times. I mean, babya. Buy, renew, file claims for your vehicle, babya. All you need to do is to have a chat with Obaya on 0242-426-396 and let her help you. It's quick, convenient, reliable, and saves you time so you can do more in your day. Chat Obaya and get your vehicle insured now on Provident Insurance. So text the Obaya, babya. With Provident, man, you're covered. And are you worried about the choice of a senior high school? Then Life International College is your answer. Life International College is a leading Christ-centered senior high school located in the Greater Accra region, and they're accredited by the International Christian Accrediting Association of the USA and a member of Oral Roberts University Educational Fellowship, also of the USA, and by the Ghana Education Service in Ghana. And they offer the following advantage: serene environment, sound moral training based on biblical principles, outstanding academic performance, dedicated and devoted staff, courses offered, general science, general arts, business. They're located off the Akosombo Trunk Road, 10 minutes drive from the Michelle Camp. For further information or enquiries, kindly call the following numbers: 020-8156-742 or 0244-377584 or 0249-642-785. Life International College, training the next generation of transformational leaders. And on Big Stories this morning, brought to us by Latest Foam, your partner for life. Of course, our focus is on education, because today, some schools have their power disconnected for their non-payment of electricity bills. And that brings into question the system we're currently practicing under Free Senior High School. What do we do about it? How do we ensure these students have electricity, have power, have light, so they can actually prep at night in peace? But if you're dreaming of the perfect sofa to upgrade this Valentine, your dream sofa is now a reality at Latest Foam, introducing our sensational V sofa range, where comfort meets style at prices that will make your heart skip a beat. Hop into any Latest Foam showroom nationwide to dive into a world of colors and choices, from the sleek L-shaped sofa. From the sleek L-shaped V sofa at just $3,100 to the complete V sofa set for an unbeatable $6,500, with the opportunity to elevate your space with Latest Foam, your forever partner in comfort and luxury. Hurry, your perfect sofa awaits. Latest Foam, your partner for life. And get the best returns on your investment. Invest with iVest, a secure fixed-term investment from Easeway that offers so much more, with a minimum of 5,000 Ghana cedis over a minimum period of 3 months. Increase your earnings by investing over a maximum period of 12 months. Yes, times are hard, so invest right. Open an iVest account today and invest your way to massive wealth. iVest, real value for real people. Call Easeway now on 0596914843 or text iVest to 4993 to get started. Easeway, your trusted financial solutions partner, and is a member of the Ghana Deposit Protection Corporation. Stay with us. We'll be right back with more here on the Super Morning Show on Joy 99.7 FM.
Across Africa, a new era has begun, connecting us with one purpose: to create and share opportunities to grow. Across our continent, across the world, we are creating a better way to a better future. A Pan-African future. Together. EcoBank. A better way, a better Africa.
Hello? Fair driver, are you sending the sales?
Boss, Medicana Kopim.
Hey, what the car to me so?
Boss, you no renew the insurance.
Tell it, I didn't have time, I had to go to the farm.
You can insure on the farm.
And I had to go to the market too.
You could have insured in the market.
I had to cook supper for my wife.
Boss, you could have insured in the market.
But how?
By texting or buyer on 0242 426 396 to help insure with Provident Insurance on WhatsApp from anywhere.
Enti bebia.
Ane bebia. With Obaya, now you can insure your car anywhere, anytime. On WhatsApp, text Obaya on 0242 426 396 today. With Provident.
Man, you are covered.
Dive into a new era of news consumption with myjoyonline.com, your go-to destination for cutting-edge journalism, giving you the most credible stories from business to politics and from sports to entertainment. Myjoyonline.com introduces an upgraded news website meticulously designed to empower you with an enriched browsing experience like never before. Experience the future of news browsing with myjoyonline.com.
Hey, Cashman!
Yeah.
Don't you know Nana has assembled all of us and you are here making calls?
My generator is portable, so I'm calling a renowned Ghanaian company with an excellent track record in the sales and repairs of generator sets in Accra to come and repair for me.
Oh, is it Anointed Electricals?
Yeah.
Anointed Electricals deals in quality and genuine generators with high fuel efficiency. We also rent generators.
They sell quality generators from 10 kVA to 2,500 kVA. They have spare parts of other generators and can repair every faulty generator set even if you didn't buy from them.
Look, now we don't have any electrical problem in Accra.
Oh, how?
Because Anointed Electricals is right here at East Legon, Lagos Avenue, opposite Tomric Hotel. And that's why Nana is calling us.
Okay.
Yes. If you want to buy a brand new generator or repair the old one, visit Anointed Electricals. Or if you are within Accra, call our hotline 0246 423 534 or call 0243 480 334. They have qualified and dedicated men on 24-hour after-sales service.
Then let's go and listen to Nana. Let's go.
Gosh, after giving you the hint, won't you give me anything?
Anointed, the generator experts.
And this morning, we're about to have a very important conversation. One that I know that you'd love, because I'm already excited. So, Enterprise Insurance, established in 1924, is 100 years old this year, and the company has launched its centenary celebrations under the theme Celebrating Our Legacy, Securing Your Future. And this morning, our friends from Enterprise Insurance have joined us in studio. We have Akosia Entry, who is Managing Director, Enterprise Insurance, Joseph Ampofo, Managing Director, Enterprise Trustees, and Phyllis Woodnate, who is Head, Group Communications and Synergy. Good morning, and thank you for joining us.
Good morning.
Good morning.
I believe all of you are fine.
We are.
Yes, we're good. Yourself?
God is taking care of us, like we say all the time.
Great.
Anyway, before we get into everything, let's start off with a history. Could you just share with us a brief history of Enterprise Insurance and its journey to becoming the oldest insurance company in Ghana?
Great. So, good morning to your discerning listeners. Enterprise Insurance, we started out, as you said, in 1924. We were a small agency office representing a UK-based company called Royal Exchange Assurance Company.
Okay.
So we were offering life and general business insurance to the merchants who plied the West African trade routes. We started out like that and continued for about 3 decades as Royal Exchange Assurance until 1952, when we changed our name to Enterprise Insurance.
Okay.
So in 1952, from there, the next major milestone, I think, was in 1977. I think 1977. Then in 1990, when Ghana created the Ghana Stock Exchange, we were one of the first companies to be listed. So we were the pioneering members of the Ghana Stock Exchange. For many years, actually, we were the only insurance company on the Ghana Stock Exchange. So in 2010, when we restructured our the organization to create the holding company, so Enterprise Group was created. So Enterprise Insurance became a subsidiary of Enterprise Group. And then, of course, we had our sister companies then, Enterprise Life, I think Enterprise Trustees, and Enterprise Properties. So now, we have more subsidiaries. We are in insurance, we are in health, we are in life, we have properties, funeral services, and even we have subsidiaries outside Ghana. But it all started as a humble agency office representing Royal Exchange Assurance all the way in 1924. So if you see how far God has brought us over a 100-year period, you can tell that this is a truly successful Ghanaian story that we should all be able to be proud of and align with.
Most definitely, and for many of us, you've talked about the group, but for many of us, what really comes to mind is Enterprise Insurance.
Yes.
Because you've done well, and so, once you talk about insurance, you cannot talk about insurance without mentioning Enterprise Insurance. But let's focus on the theme of the centenary celebration, celebrating our legacy, securing your future. Now, how does Enterprise Insurance's legacy contribute to securing the future? And why is the centenary a significant milestone? Akosia.
Thank you, Winston. So you know that for a company to survive 100 years is a big deal on all levels. And our story is not just about the passage of time, but it's a testament to the enduring values that has guided us throughout the years. So we are celebrating a legacy of resilience. We are celebrating a legacy of growth. We have had leaders who have been audacious enough to challenge the status quo and help us grow. We are celebrating a legacy of adaptability and innovation. We have listened to our customers and the market needs, and we've come up with solutions, meaningful solutions to meet those needs. All these have helped position us as the market leader that we are today. And so it's important that we pay homage to all those who helped us get here. Our valued customers, our dedicated staff, our steadfast shareholders, and the communities we serve.
Okay.
And as you can see, the centennial theme, celebrating our legacy, securing your future, is not just a nod to the past, it's also a pledge to the future. And here I'm talking about our commitment to safeguard the interest of all our stakeholders, to ensure that we remain a beacon of stability and reliability in this very dynamic environment. And so for us, the centenary is not just a milestone, it's the bright future we are building together to inspire Ghanaians to believe not only in the value of insurance, but also in the possibility of building a business that can withstand its founders and the first generation.
I mean, I like the fact about the bright future we're building together. It means
Yes.
all of us are in this. And so let's celebrate together.
Yes.
Share with us the plans. You know, one of the things that a lot of us like is the activities.
I know.
You know, we talk about 100 years and
I know.
everything.
Yeah.
Oh, but
Yeah.
the most important bit is the
It's
activities.
what are the things that we are doing?
What's in it for all of us? Tell us.
Exciting times ahead for all of us. We are saying is Yafini. This is our year for all of us. At Enterprise, our belief and faith in God plays a vital role in all that we do.
Exactly.
And so we are commencing this celebration with a Thanksgiving service this Friday.
Okay.
We are thanking God for his goodness for 100 years and counting. And then we have partners that we work with, the agents and the brokers. So we've scheduled a lot of activities for them along the way as well. Our customers, as you already know, we are running our Yafini Motor Promo, where we are rewarding motor customers on 3 levels. The first is the instant gift that you get when you buy or you renew your policy. You get either fuel or other gifts. And then the second is the monthly draws, where all customers who have purchased from us during the month stands the chance to win TVs, laptops, and other appliances. But the grand prize for everybody who transacted motor business with us between January and June will be eligible to win the grand prize of the Nissan Kicks SUV. And we've displayed it at our airport branch as we speak now, beautifully decorated. And then the first and second runners up will also win an all expenses paid trip to Dubai. And we have to make sure that we leave a lasting impact in the communities that we serve. So our CSI projects will involve nationwide community projects. And then we're going to have one major legacy project which should endure for 100 years and more. The climax of the celebration will be a grand ball and the unveiling of a centennial book which will chronicle the history of a beautiful Ghanaian company that we can all be proud of.
I'd like to read that book.
Yes. You'll be there. You'll be there.
Yes. That's very, very important. So let me bring in Joe at this point and find out, you know, how the other subsidiaries in the group are leveraging the 100-year milestone of enterprise insurance.
Okay, so in enterprise, we have a mantra what we call from cradle to grave. And if you look at the enterprise story quite clearly, it has birthed many entities. One of it is largely enterprise life, where we say that once you're born, we must begin to take care of you, and therefore we have educare policies, your lifetime needs solutions. Then we set up another company called Enterprise Trustees, which will take care of your retirement planning as you go through life. Then we realize that as you are in life, if you also notice somewhere in Ridge, we've set up Enterprise Gardens. And this was one of the flagship businesses, residences that Enterprise Properties put up in conjunction with TASEC back in the day. And today it's Advantage Place, where it houses many businesses. So we also believe that where you have shelter, Enterprise Properties would be able to feed you. Then we have your healthcare needs, and that is where Acacia then comes in to be able to provide you with your healthcare. After all is said and done, you have to be laid down gently, and that is where transitions comes in. So quite clearly, we feel that in this 100 years, I mean, no person would be able to take a look at the parent and say that, wow, you've been able to birth all these entities and will not celebrate you. So all the subsidiary companies are excited. We want to be able to go out there with our broad shoulders and say we are standing on a solid foundation. Our heritage is strong, and this company is going to continue to be there for the next 100 years. So we want to be able to celebrate our sister company, who used to be our father and our mother at the same time. But quite clearly, enterprises, we are pretty excited. I mean, I for one, I started with this business almost about 25 years ago. And I remember when I walked in as a national service person, we celebrated the 75th anniversary.
Wow.
So today, to turn around and be around when we are celebrating 100, for me, it's amazing, and it's one of the stories that we need to be told, that Ghanaian businesses can actually thrive, and the values that actually and the business is what sustains us. And at Enterprise, that's what we are. We are a family, we are a strong business, and we like to be able to think ahead. Innovation is our hallmark. We've done many, 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 many things to be able to improve upon the lives of our clients that we serve.
Great. So you've all talked about, you're securing our future and everything. You've talked about all the things you've done for us. But I'm sure there are many people who are asking themselves, okay, so you've done a lot for us over the period. You've talked about, we want to secure your future. But what is it that you really want to do for us going forward? What is it that we can expect from you in the next phase of your journey? Phyllis.
Okay, so for the next phase of our journey, we can expect nothing but great things. So there are two main things that our way forward is anchored on. The first is consumer centricity, because at Enterprise we believe the customer is King Kong. It's all about the customer. So we are coming out with needs-based solutions that are customized so that it reflects the uniqueness of our target market. Everybody is different, and we need to be able to give solutions that are tailored according to the needs of our individuals. So consumer centricity. The second one is innovation. I mean, we know that the skills that have helped us grow for 100 years are not the same skills that are going to take us into the next 100, 200 years. So we need to be able to innovate so that our clients are to expect cutting edge technology that will help us deliver convenience and affordability, because we know how important that is to the Ghanaian consumer. So these are the things that we are concentrating on, that we are using as our anchor to help us pivot into the next 100 years and beyond.
Great. Time for us to be wrapping up now. So anything you'd want to say finally, Akosia and Joseph? Yes.
Yes. So thank you very much for the opportunity to allow us to share our story here today. And we also would like to thank your listeners for taking time out to listen to us, to our customers and our partners, each and every one of them. Without them, there would not have been any Enterprise story. So we say a very big thank you. We also want to thank our staff, past and present, and their families for the dedication and passion. And then we also want to thank our shareholders for their support throughout this journey.
Exactly.
Joe, Phil, you can add on to it.
Well, I think just on a lighter note, Enterprise Insurance has permeated really the entire insurance industry. And we are happy that most businesses in the insurance fraternity are headed by people who came from Enterprise Insurance.
Very true.
From both the brokers and even sister companies. We are very excited about the influence of Enterprise Insurance in the knowledge base within the insurance fraternity. So we are excited that we will continue to build more. Please don't come and poach any more staff. But we will continue to build more for the entire industry ecosystem that we serve. But quite clearly, it's an exciting journey, and we believe that the next 100 years would definitely, we hope to be there, Akos and Phyllis.
Yeah. I don't know about me. 100 years.
Oh, the next 100 years.
The company will be there.
Yes, but all of us in this room will not be there. Anyway, thank you very, very much. Akosia Entry, who is Managing Director, Enterprise Insurance, Joseph Ampofo, Managing Director of Enterprise Trustees, and Phyllis Woodnatter, who is Head Group Communications and Synergy, for joining us. And once again, congratulations to you for turning 100 years.
Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Still right here on the Super Morning Show on Joy 99.7 FM. There's more to come. Stay with us. We're going to talk about free SHS and the challenges the students are going through. But of course, we also talk about our transport system.
it's your time, baby. It's your time, baby. Get wild, baby. That's the difference when you're my baby. That's how it is when you
younger brothers, sisters, children in secondary schools who, they are really struggling for lack of facilities. In Accra Academy, they've actually had their lights switched off because the bills haven't been paid. We'll speak to somebody who works there and can give us a bit of insight. But before that, Champion Carbolic Soap, popularly known as Guardian Soap, is now 4 Ghana cedis for 1 bar. Unilever Ghana's Champion Carbolic Soap is and has always been your skin's guardian against germs that cause most skin diseases. No need to wait. Grab your Champion Carbolic Soap now at only 4 Ghana cedis. It's widely available at all major retail shops and local convenience stores near you. Champion Carbolic, Guardian Dadanwa.
So you know that at APSA we believe that you and your car deserve to be rewarded, so get more for your protection with a motor insurance policy from APSA, underwritten by Hollard Insurance. Our comprehensive third-party or third-party fire and theft motor insurance policies not only ensure that your vehicle stays protected, but you also get rewarded with fuel vouchers from now till the 31st of March 2024. That's not all. You also enjoy free roadside assistance, have the option for a car hire, post-vehicle repair inspection, and more when you sign up for our comprehensive cover. The qualifying minimum premium to be rewarded is 482 Ghana cedis. Discover how to get things done at absa.com.gh or the nearest APSA branch. Terms and conditions apply.
For the big boys in the Republic of Ghana, you know that the Valentine is extended to the end of the month. Now you can unwrap your ultimate Valentine surprise, the Peugeot 3008 SUV, love at first drive. This February, buy a new Peugeot 3008 SUV from Silver Star Auto, and you could be on your way to Dubai with your partner. So you arrange it. If you buy it, then we give you on top of it Dubai engagement. This promo is valid until the 29th of February 2024. End of the month, so you can have enough time. Don't pretend that you were doing something busy during the 14th, so you couldn't deliver. You still have time till the end of the month to actually give the ultimate one.
You have dialed the wrong number.
Everyone said that they went to work, they were busy, they couldn't deliver. But this is your perfect opportunity. Of course, terms and conditions apply. Silver Star Auto, your trusted partner. Is a Peugeot 3008 SUV.
I would want to drive a Peugeot 3008.
Yeah,
I would want to drive one.
Yeah, but I get that.
So I qualify too.
Yeah,
I am not sure whether I can buy it from now to February 29th.
29.
But maybe I can make down payment.
Oh yeah, I mean, of course, if that's possible, we'll discuss with our finance partners.
Exactly.
Yeah, terms and conditions apply.
Most definitely.
Yeah,
because I want to go.
Kojo too should be able to buy one.
I want to be on my way to Dubai.
Yeah. Buy one, get one free.
Please,
you buy the car, then we give you Dubai on top of it.
Don't pretend that you are busy at work.
Yes. That's why we extended till the end of the month for you.
Anyway, so let's get onto the phone lines now. We're joined by somebody who's at Accra Academy to tell us more about what happened yesterday on campus.
Hello, sir. Thank you for speaking to us.
You're welcome, Gudu.
So,
good morning to you and your panel.
So what exactly happened? I mean, they switched off your power? Why?
Yes, as you have been informed, it's exactly what happened. We have been disconnected, all in the name that we are owing. And if we are owing, we don't know how much we are owing. And even if we are aware of how much we are owing, we are not the ones who are supposed to pay. And you come to the school for us to go through this problem.
So, you're not the ones to make the payments. The payments go from where is it? The district authority? Who makes the payments?
I believe, Kojo, this one is very known to you. Those who are supposed to pay this kind of electricity. As teachers in the institution, we pay our own electricity. Every teacher occupying a bungalow or any flat or any apartment anywhere pays his or her own electricity. And the unfortunate thing is that we are on prepaid. And all teachers, everybody has been disconnected. Should that be the case?
Hold on a minute. You are on prepaid, so which means you have paid. How come then have you been disconnected?
As a staff, I have paid.
So why have you been disconnected?
of all the bills that I have paid so far. And to any other teacher, I can get you that one. That everybody on campus, I mean, the entire Accra academic community has been disconnected.
No, I mean, let me understand something. Is the school also on prepaid?
The school is not on prepaid. That one is supposed to be paid by a big man. Yes.
When you say paid by a big man, is to be prepaid?
So that from time to time they do it. And they've never come to our school to demand anything from us. Only to see somebody coming here yesterday to tell us that he is coming from the headquarters and he has been giving orders to disconnect the school because the school owes.
Hold on a minute, just by way of clarification. So the school is on postpaid and you know and the school owes. Does the school owe ECG?
I will not dispute that fact. But as I'm sitting here, I don't know how much we owe because we are not the ones who are supposed to do that.
That is understood. Now, you have also been disconnected. You say you have prepaid.
Yes.
So, why have you been disconnected? Is it that you're prepaid? I mean, your credit got finished and your lights went off? Or
okay, you let's take it that I am the only person in the school who is using the prepaid and I had a problem with my connections. What about the others? All the other bungalows have been disconnected.
And have you reached out to ECG to find out why the bungalows on campus have been disconnected?
If you can get to the Aveno office. Yesterday, some of my colleagues were there to speak to them, and they didn't give them any positive response.
Right. So, what communication has the school had with the GES to find out why these bills haven't been paid?
No, we are now putting things together, and we need to inform our superior officers of what is happening, so that they will take it up from there. Because we cannot. Even somebody suggested that the teachers, we can take them, we sue them, go to court. But we are under somebody. We cannot just get up and then go to court because you have been disconnected.
My understanding of the process is that the ministries release money to the schools to make these payments.
It is not like that. We have schools that are on prepaid. So that one, the school pays and then submit their receipt for return. But those who are on postpaid, it is done directly.
Right. Okay, so you are yet to inform the GES that your lights were turned off yesterday in the morning.
Exactly.
Hasn't too much time passed? Should you not have informed them
in the night
immediately?
And this is in the morning that we have gone to the office, and even the electricity to type whatever we need to communicate is a problem.
Now, has this? You say this has never happened before?
Since I came to Accra Academy, I've never seen it. This is the first time.
How are the students coping?
We only have to talk to them, and they are boys. We only have to talk to them and explain to them the situation so that they all calm down.
What are they doing in the meantime? Because they need electricity for so many things, for ironing, for studying at night, how are they coping without it? What are they doing instead?
It is not only at night that they need electricity. As they are in class now, you come and then look at or they observe the room, the heat, and then how the whole thing looks like. They need fans in the rooms, but now we don't have.
All right. So the plan is to go and speak to the GES and report this matter to them. That's going to happen when? This morning?
That is what we have to do. Officially, that is what we need to do.
This morning? When are you going to do this?
Oh, that is what I'm saying. We need to get power to type whatever we need to type. And then we have to, if we wait and they are not coming out, then we have to move out of campus and do it. We will do that. And then send our business.
So did you say you are waiting to see if the lights will come on before you communicate with GES?
And I'm saying that the letters that we have to prepare, because we don't have power to do that this morning.
Mm-hmm.
So when we wait for a while and we don't see any positive sign, then we need to move out of the school and we get a letter type and send to our big men.
All right. Well, I want to bring in External Communications Manager of ECG, Laila Abubakar, to help us understand how the processes work from their end of things. Laila, good morning to you.
Good morning.
Now, we know that ECG has become more aggressive in recent times in ensuring that those who don't pay their bills get disconnected. They've been lauded for this. But now we have teachers claiming that they are on prepaid meters and they have also been switched off at Accra. What happened there?
So I got this information last night. Now, the way ECG works is that we have different factions and we have a national revenue mobilization team. So they have a different docket they work with. They have different instructions and they work with very difficult areas, high consuming or high debtors. The National Task Force yesterday were working in the Accra West area, and so they had a number of defaulters, and Accra Academy was part of it. So as to which meters were disconnected, I cannot confirm now, but I know that the whole school was disconnected.
Right.
And so if someone is on prepaid and they were disconnected, it doesn't make sense to me at the moment. It's only those who are on postpaid who are owing who were disconnected. So that prepaid allegation has to be investigated further, because if you're using prepaid, it means you're buying your electricity before consuming it. You're paying for it before consuming. And so there wouldn't be any logical reason removing you from the grid.
Yeah, so you say it needs to be investigated. Who's going to do that and when?
Oh, that would be, now that it's come to my attention, I'll just have to ask the National Task Force how true that is. I have spoken to the leader of the National Task Force, and he said that he disconnected the school. He did not say, I disconnected someone from prepaid and postpaid, because they are all, he suggested to me that the whole school was on post-payment.
Right. Now, how much do they owe?
Well, as of yesterday, the dockets they held and sent there show that they owe over 480,000 cedis.
Almost 500,000 Ghana cedis.
Yes.
Over what period have they accumulated this debt?
Since June 2020.
Can you turn off the radio, please, just so we can hear?
Now, the thing is that ECG.
You said
has
since
the meters
when?
in the schools and sent.
Hello,
the bills
Lila,
to
can
the
you hear me?
schools. I can hear you.
Okay, you said since when?
June 2023. They haven't made any payment.
Okay, please continue.
Now, the meters are situated in the schools. ECG's mandate is to bill the school. So we send the bill to the school. I've heard arguments about why we are not looking for the people who pay on behalf of the schools. For us, in our docket, it is the school that owes, and so we bill the school. It is the school's responsibility to deal with whoever pays on their behalf. That is, if they are not the ones paying. So we sent the bill to them. When they make a payment, it shows that Accra Academy has paid or not paid. And so the person we're dealing with, and if there's going to be any legal matter, the person we're going to be dealing with, first and primary, would be the school. That is why we went to disconnect the school. And we've been disconnecting these schools, disconnecting other government agencies. I mean, like you said, since last year, we've been quite aggressive about that. So it's not something that is out of the blue.
Right. Now, I made to understand that there was an initiative to meter bungalows separately from student administration and other relevant public facilities in our schools. Is this an exercise that ECG has been involved in the past?
Yes, a lot of the schools are separately metered. Some of the facilities or some of the facilities in the school are metered separately from where the residences are. Some of them are with one bulk meter. Some of them have both prepaid and postpaid. Some of them are all prepaid. Some of them are all postpaid. Depends on the school, the location, the circumstance, the instance, and history we've had with the school. You know, sometimes some of these schools develop in phases. So they are metered separately and at different times. So if at a time where a certain facility was developed, the meters that were available were post-payment meters, we use those ones. If there were prepayment meters that were available, we use those ones. And if it was a bulk at that time, depending on the size of the school, because some schools are enormous. So if we have to use a bulk metering system, then we would do that as well.
Right. Now, Lila, you mentioned that you had been briefed by the individual, the enforcement officer who switched off the power at Accra Academy. Would this officer not be aware that many of your schools have been put onto this new separate system where the bungalows are all on prepaid, separate from the rest of the facilities? Would he not be aware of this?
That's why it's a bit strange to me that someone would be disconnected if it's a prepayment meter. It's a little bit absurd to me. I think there's an explanation that we both do not have at the moment. So if you'd allow me to find out more information, because if someone has paid for the service before consuming the power, we have no right to remove them unless there's an illegality somewhere, or if we suspect something to which we have evidence that maybe there's something that isn't right with the meter. Aside from that, we don't have any right to remove someone from them.
So the debt stands at almost 500,000 Ghana cedis.
Yes, please.
What will it take for them to be reconnected?
If I stand on previous orders, it would have to do with a commitment of about 50% payment before they are reconnected. Otherwise, someone has to guarantee for them.
Either 50% payment or a guarantee from someone.
Yes,
what
that
sort
payment
of,
will be made in the shortest possible time.
What
because
sort of someone would
honestly,
qualify?
Well, I cannot say. Maybe someone who has more money. Maybe someone who has more money, because the problem ECG finds itself in is consistent debt, and every month our debt profile is different. So we have to be more aggressive because we have bills to pay, as you know. We have issues, so we have to be less compassionate. Unfortunately,
right.
That's it.
Well, I want to thank you for your time, Laila Abubakar, External Communications Manager, ECG. And also big thanks to the person we spoke to who works on Accra Academy campus. We thank you both for your time.
Well, does this make sense? I mean, at some point, we should understand some of these things. For a very long time, there are complaints about schools and electricity. And this is not the first time we have a school having a difficulty like that. Somebody's responsibility is to either pay or send the money to the school to pay the electricity. Now, I want to believe that this prepaid thing is even an isolated incident that can be clarified. After that one, we are convinced that's been paid. But at the core of this problem is that we are pretending we are dealing with all of the problems in our various schools, but we are not doing that. Once in a while, it crops up. I mean, and then today it's Accra Academy. Then tomorrow it will be some school in the central region. That you and I were sitting here proposing how schools can perhaps permanently fix the problem with alternatives like solar and the other things. Because, and we also propose that this should be taken up by all students and other very good groups. Not long after that, I think, is it there? This other
yes, at the Saddle 99.
Yes, we're in the studio, and I was very pleased. How much? It was about 2
million or so.
Yes, about 3 or so million that they had raised to add other units to their original plan to be able to get it done. Even if government is minded, and that 3 million will be the initial investment to do this, how much would that be for resolving your electricity problems. And think about it on the other side. How much are they owing? 500,000, right?
Yeah.
So the presumption is that basically every year or two, you have a 500,000 problem on your hands in one school. So if you have solar, let's even add the maintenance part, which is costing 3 million for a pretty longer period. Is not a more feasible plan to pursue or look at going into the future. And I'm saying, even if the students are not willing to take this up, it will make sense that government actually looks for alternatives so that this ECG conversation does not come up again. But there was a long time ago, we agreed that as for health and education institutions, some of these things, they should be exempted from it. And that agreement was sensible and it had basis. Except that, of course, I agree, it was abused also by people living in these campuses and actually piling that debt and not dealing with it.
You see, it depends on the circumstances. I get it. With the health facilities, I mean, at the time when someone is on a surgical table, that's not the time to ask questions about, who hasn't paid the bill and why, and where's the budget and all of that. But for educational institutions, I beg to differ. You know what? I should have asked Lila how many other schools are in line to be shut down, taken off the grid because they owe. Because you see, the gentleman at Accra explains to us that they at the school have no way of knowing whether their bills are being paid or not when they are on a post-paid system, because someone else pays the bills. They just get up and go to work, do their jobs, hoping that someone else is also doing his or her job and paying the bills. Now, GES submits a budget for running schools, and that budget accounts for electricity. It accounts for utilities, anything that they have to pay for. It's all accounted for in that budget. So what is it? Is it that the Ministry of Finance doesn't give them money to pay electricity bills? Or do they get the money and use it for other things? Because if since July last year until now, they haven't paid a single bill, a single light bill for Accra, where's the money? Where's the money? And how many other schools are in the same situation? I doubt that they've singled out Accra for special neglect.
Yeah, of course.
I suspect that there are many other schools who might soon be having a rude awakening. Who is even checking these things?
Well, so the thing, I mean, Lila makes the point that not only Accra, and that they've disconnected other schools. For schools that are on prepaid, a lot of them sometimes are in darkness. Some of them you'd find them, they're in darkness. They're in darkness also because sometimes the monies are not released, and you heard the headmaster of Fansman pleading, during the speech and prize giving day, because, I mean, he says, the amount we've spent on prepaid is 204,000. We have been giving about 85,000 or 89,000, leaving a balance of 115,000.
Less than half.
Yes, you've been given
according
less
to
than
the
half of
ECG
that.
structure.
No.
Unless somebody intervenes.
And they're actually
theirs is even a prepaid
they're
system.
actually on a prepaid system, so they have to pay in advance. And that's what the challenge is. So what would happen is that they would have to spend more, and so if nobody comes to their aid. But this is it. We live in a country where today the government says it is better. And you see, let me just share with you, for instance. Raymond, hold on a minute. Let me share with you the emissions levy, what it covers. Okay, I want us to do some very important analysis here. So the emissions levy. I want to just share with you emissions levy. Yes, in Ghana, I want to share what it covers, and I'll tell you why it is important and in Ghana's own interest to actually begin moving all these institutions
to solar.
Okay, because even when it comes to other industries and the other emissions, it's not just your vehicles alone that would pay these monies. Others would also get to pay. So you ask yourself the simple question: why can't we, as a country, why can't the government, for instance, help these schools? Okay, so let me just share this with you. This is from the Ghana Revenue Authority's own website. It says the Emissions Levy Act 2023 has been passed to impose an emissions levy on carbon dioxide equivalent emissions from specified sectors and internal combustion engine vehicle emissions. The table below provides the rates. 1. Construction sector, 100 Ghana cedis per ton of emissions per month. Okay. 2. Manufacturing sector, same. Then you go to the mining sector, oil sector, and electricity and heating sector. Listen to this. Electricity and heating sector, 100 per ton of emissions per month. Now, this is my point. If a Decidor College spent between 2 to 3 million to install a solar system, let's say 5 million for purposes of analysis. If Accra Academy between June to February owes 480,000, almost 500,000. If a decision is taken today to actually put Accra on solar, what it would mean is that, and if the solar costs say 5 million or even more, it means we do not have to go back, going to pay electricity here and there, and being found wanting. Is this something that we cannot do? Look, we all admit that we have to play a role in the development of this country. It is that reason that today, because of sometimes the failures of government to do some of the things that they promised doing, old student associations, today is a competition. Year groups are taking on projects. They call it legacy projects. I know that Holy Child also did some, solar whatever some time ago. And year groups are, taking over and doing these things. Can't governments now, based on their priorities, indicate that this is what we want to do in schools?
So support us.
It's as simple.
Yeah.
This is what we want to do in the schools. And we call on the Old Student Association to support us. This should not be difficult for any government. You see, what actually saddens me in this country is that even when it is obvious that we cannot do something, for political reasons, we just do not want to say the truth.
Yeah.
Even when it is obvious that we do not have enough money to run the kind of free education that we want to run, we pretend we are okay and then we want to run it.
And we even conceive of ways to add other expenditure items to it.
Yes.
When everybody in that particular value chain knows that there are bigger problems that ought to be dealt with, we should be. And this education, if it affects the quality we are supposed to be delivering on the ground, it affects the future of our people. And affects the kind of system that we put it together. It affects the nation entirely coming into the future. So it makes sense that we do not play around some of these things and agree. So I'm expecting today the GES and the Ministry of Education will swoop in quickly. Not only to Accra Academy. Have a conversation with the ECG. Because when we leave it to Accra Academy, they will come back to the same conversation that the matter will be resolved and they are expecting the money to be sent to them. Accra Academy is not expected to use IGF for this, so that we could be blaming them today for failing to do the payment. I hope you get my point. So the only grouping that can resolve this matter is the Ministry of Education, Duchuma and his people, versus the ECG. They should do something to prevent young people who have been taken out of their homes and put in schools from suffering untold hardship merely because we are refusing to do what's expected of us. And merely because we are failing to do the things that ordinarily should not even happen. Because if you struggle with feeding, if you struggle providing power, energy for them to study, it only means that whatever you do, all your studies and actions must happen during daylight.
Look, I just got information from a source at ECG that Accra Technical Training Center, ATTC, was disconnected of power supply for non-payment of bills. The school stayed in darkness for over 2 months.
Huh?
The bill was paid and supply was restored just about 2 weeks ago.
My goodness.
Listen to this. And so this is a technical training institute.
Hey.
Okay, technical training center. They need electricity to run a lot of things.
For
like
everything. They build cars there. They do all kinds of things.
However, they were owing. The government and its agencies did not pay.
For
and we
2 months.
And you see, for me, this is the thing. I like to talk about solutions, but I like to say this. So today, what sense does it make that the priority of our educational sector players is the provision of laptops, tablets? What sense does it make that our priority today is to supply laptops to students? I mean, what sense does it make today when parent associations are constantly having to contribute money to buy prepaid for schools? Why can't we? And the question is this: what do you want them to use the laptops for? You see, we are digitalizing everything, and so today they have access to textbooks and all of that. It will be on their tablets, and that will be the end of it. Okay, hold on a minute. Let's do the math. I mean, I like to work the figures. Is it better printing books for them or buying them tablets? Let's look at it and then find out how much it would cost, for instance, if we paid printers to print books for them, and how much it would cost. Not only are we, so if we buy them these tablets, they're going to be charging the tablets. Okay? If they're charging the tablets, how much would that cost us in electricity bills and all of that?
Which you are not paying.
And internet connectivity, how much is that going to cost us and all of that? We won't do anything. For us, it's always nice. We're going to pay this, we're going to pay that, and that's the end of it. It's business as usual. I've just been told by my friend, DJ Kobner, who was here when the Santa 99 group came for that interview. He's just told me that for them, it cost them 2 million Ghana cedis for the solar.
Okay.
And an additional 1 million Ghana cedis for maintenance and the organization of the speech and prize giving day.
Okay,
and I decided it's such a big school. So,
yes.
And it says that will save them 70 to 80% of electricity consumption. So let's say that even if you want to do that, so 70 to 80%. So if you want to do it in total, you're looking about 2.5 million. Why? Why can't government then say we want to do this and save all of us the stress of having to go through this problem all the time?
If government does it will cost 10 million per school. That's the first problem. You know what? Let's be real.
And this should not be extended to tomorrow, Kojo. I mean, we like having these conversations, but this should not be extended to tomorrow. This is something you can fix today by those two institutions discussing how the money can be transferred. It's as simple as that.
Look, I think it is the height of Kotobunkuism and Paintotoitude to be a government that collects tax from everybody but doesn't pay its own bills. But it's not my opinion that matters, it's yours. So call us 0302 216 541 055 1111 997. We want to hear from you on this issue. The lights are being switched off, kids are sleeping on the floor, and government wants to provide them with tablets. Meanwhile, they can't pay the light bills. When we come back from these messages, we'll take your calls.
Cloudy today, brighter tomorrow. Activa.
You've worked hard to have that property, the house, the car. Insure it. Your business assets are valuable. You must insure them now with Activa Insurance.
For all your business and personal insurance needs, insure with Activa International Insurance. Sign up by dialing star 713 star 313 hash or download the Activa Insurance app on Google Play and Apple Store. Activa International Insurance. Our clients, our passion.
Let me share my experience with you at the new Aqua Safari Resort. When you arrive, you're greeted by warm smiles and introduced to your 24-hour butler who already has your itinerary sorted. Enjoy water sports activities like jet ski rides, kayaking, water sliding, flyboarding, and castanet fishing. You can even have your lunch here on the boat cruise. Let the tour guides take you through the sceneries of the mangrove forest, the friendliness of the animals, while you pet and feed them. We chose to have our breakfast with a beautiful sunrise right in front of our cabin.
Visit Aqua Safari Eco Resort in Ghana, bringing you closer to nature.
Recoded to do more with ease. The enhanced GCB mobile app. Download now from Google Play Store or Apple Store for all your transactions. Smooth, safe, and secure. Chale, tap the app. You don't need to have an account to upgrade. GCB mobile app. Recoded to do more. Upgrade your style. GCB Bank. Your bank for life.
Let's be quick and take some of these calls. First of all, don't forget to go to kingdomstoreonline.com where you can buy the best quality office essentials, equipment and furniture as well as stationery. You can pay via Momo and get free delivery to Accra or Tema. Terms and conditions apply. At Kingdom, quality and affordability are their hallmarks.
And I've seen some of the old students from Accra Academy reaching out and saying they are definitely going to do something about it. This is an embarrassing situation. But of course, I've just got communication from even Ghana Water saying that the schools also owe water bills. Can you imagine? And that it's not only about electricity, and that if care is not taken, they also would have to start disconnecting water.
But would it be fair that they start speaking to GS and the guys first?
Exactly.
Because we are putting some hardship on the kids. That should stop.
Exactly.
You are going to buy electric buses to come and charge, and who will pay the bill?
Raymond, let me tell you about Safari Valley Eco Park, which has introduced the Safari Wildlife Experience by creating an environment that fosters the harmonious cohabitation of forest, water, humans, and wildlife such as zebra, sable, antelope, llama, wallaby, fallow deer, Patagonian mara, and many others, where everyone can come and experience these majestic creatures at a starting price of 250 Ghana cedis, and it's free for children up to 6 years. It's only an hour's drive from Accra. It opens from 6 a.m. to 8 p.m. each day. Visit Safari Valley Eco Park with your friends and family today for the thrill of a lifetime. For more information, visit safarivalleyresort.com. Check out Safari Valley on Instagram or call 0596 914 394.
Animua just sent me voice note that she likes my romantic voice.
No.
So let me engineer one for this romantic LPM too. Now, romantic ladies and gentlemen, spice things up this Valentine, this season of love. To qualify, just make your bill payments and Momo Pay transactions with your Momo app or Momo USSD code *170# and stand a chance to win a 2-night stay at a Lazurus 4-star hotel or resort for you and your partner. Imagine that. To enter the raffle, to be one of the 16 lucky couples, all you have to do is the same thing you do every day. Pay for your goods, services, and other bills using the Momo app or pay with the Momo USSD *170#. That's it. And that's easy and simple. Love is complicated, but this promo makes it simple. For Momo chia de kakra, ne diodo kakra. The Momo Valentine's promo, and the more you pay with Momo, the higher your chances of winning. This promotion is regulated by the National Lotteries Authority on the Caritas Lottery platform. So hurry now, love is waiting. Terms and conditions apply.
All right, we've got Nee on the line from Asylum Down. Good morning, Nee.
Good morning. How are you?
My brother, I'm well, thanks.
Okay, all right. So this problem we have in this country is very, very simple, very, very easy. We are dancing around the problems. The few people will say, you don't stand in terms to resistance. This issue with the electricity, there are two things that we can do in this country to solve some of all these problems. Do you agree with me that when in some situations, when you solve a situation in one sector, automatically the rippling effect can go to different sectors. So these are the two things that we must do. The Kole Lagoon, we must see the bottom of the Kole Lagoon. It must be clean. When that is done, every single sector in this country will be well managed. The second one is, how on earth do we live in a country where the president's spokesperson yields more power than the vice president? We just dance around it. We talk about it anyhow we want, then we let it slide. These two things, if we do not solve them, how do we expect that the others will solve?
Well, thanks for raising them, Nee. Let's talk to Benjamin in Adenta. Hi, Benjamin. Good morning.
Yeah, good morning. How are you?
Very well, thanks. Good to hear from you.
Yes, thank you very much for the opportunity. In Ghana, I would say that about 90% of journalists are just political people who are serving their paymasters. Why am I saying this? We do reactionary journalism instead of proactive journalism. We're supposed to have noticed these things long ago. We've been here before, where schools were disconnected, and we are still here talking about the same old things, always rehashing whatever inactions or incompetence that politicians show. Now, Bahumia indicated that he was going to buy laptops. At the time, I remember, Geek Squad did a program on that, And the callers all were saying, where is the electricity? Where is the infrastructure? But then everybody brushed it aside. Now here we are, misplaced priorities where they are going to use money for things that are not necessary. The parts will get broken. You can't get electricity to charge them. We should go solar. I mean, these are the conversations that we're supposed to be getting. But the thing is, how much they will get into their pockets, how much they will get to run a next campaign, how much they will get to pay those journalists who are front runners on morning shows all over the place. So we will always suffer. If you look at the West, artificial intelligence is now here. Journalists are doing programs that would tell them how these things can happen and how policy makers should work. Solar in America, government gives you 30% tax credit depending on which state you are. So you are encouraged to go into it. There are lots of incentives here we don't have. The thing is, the journalists who must help us are not helping us. Therefore, we are always back to square one. We will always be complaining. So let me ask the question. So from after today's program, what next?
Well, good question, Benjamin. When a journalist gives you information as a citizen, what do you do with it? Because you have to take the next step. Hamza is in Ashaiman. Hi, Hamza. Good morning.
Good morning, Kojo.
Yeah, thanks for calling, Hamza.
You're welcome. Kojo, so the one-man supporter of Swansea, are you still supporting Swansea?
Forever and ever. Oh.
Kojo, stop.
Swansea forever. Hey, my heart.
Your heart.
My heart is healthy. You,
the
the Arsenal and Man U and Man City people are suffering.
Never Barcelona fans. You can't tell me Arsenal, Man U. I mean, Swansea are not coming back to the Premier League.
You go talk true. So, what's up, Hamza?
Good morning, Raymond and Winston. Winston, you were asking some legitimate questions. You forget to add one. These are machines. Maybe say laptops or maybe tablets. They are machines. They will develop faults. Who is fixing it for the student? Another course. You see that? And I remember one time, in this country, the leaders just think that, you just say anything. The Ghanaians, you say what the Ghanaians want, and then they will vote for you. You come on power, you do whatever you want. I remember there was a time you were talking about these 3 SHS. Instead of the leaders listening and fixing the problem once and for all, the president himself went to one of the platforms, said a radio station is a mounting campaign against 3 SHS. So, they are never ready to listen to whoever is speaking. Now you go to the IMF. In this country, we had people who were advising you, review. And as a lawyer of our president, the sort of our president, an economist being a vice president, they interpreted review mean cancellation. You see, that is why, the guilty conscience is not making them to come back and take that decision. Review it. That is the only problem. The arrogant nature of power. The arrogance of power, and that is why the VSHS is in shambles. There was a girl here. There's a girl who went to Kofodia something. They came somewhere around before November. She's still in the house. That she'll be going to school on March. For 3 months, she's been in the house. When we were doing 3 times respectively, from 1D 3 times, from 2D 3 times, how was the result? We were not able to finish the curriculum. How more you go 2 times and then you are promoted? It is sad. It's very sad.
Thank you for calling, Hamza. Ken is in Kumasi. Hi, Ken. Good morning.
Good morning, could you?
Thanks for tuning in to Love FM. Talk to us.
Could you let me ask you this? Have we ever had a solution to all this complaint, this issue that we keep talking about? Because for me, I'm kind of confused. For the past 2-3 years, that we keep on complaining that, like, kind of always saying the government is doing this, blah, blah, blah. I've never seen any solution. Could you let me take this conversation from this way or some way? You see, I have watched Ghanaians, hailing to a champion by the kind courtesy of multimedia's documentary. The same way I have watched BBC's documentary of Ghanaians hailing to JD. Now, these 2 heroes, for the reason they did this coup was our nation, Ghana, okay, its economy was in a verge of collapsing. Now, you see, one funny thing, Jerry, or one most important thing he added to it was Ghana was in a state of mutiny. That's what Jerry said. Now, could you look? I have watched this documentary over and over and over again. I never listened, I never heard anybody complaining or condemning why these two people, why they did a coup. 2021, if my memory serves me right, 6 people who planned of this same coup. Now Ghanaians, okay, rally behind this government and then condemn these people to death. Now we are here, and we always complain about one same thing. Because for me, I would say God should punish us, or God will continue to punish us if we don't stop this complaining. I don't get it. As for me, I'm like, I wash my hands from this issue from the other day, because God should save Ghana, but not the Ghanaians.
Well, Ken, I'm sure there are others who agree with you too, but we do have a constitution that we must all uphold. Joseph is in Tema. Hi, Joseph. Good morning.
Good, uncle. I hope you're doing well.
Managing yourself.
I've been on the line for more than 4 minutes now.
Yeah, it's a very popular topic, as you can imagine. Sorry about that.
By the way, God bless you for coming up with very sensitive issues. I think our children at school are not being given help. If the authorities are saying that if not because of free SHS and they were paying school fees, they have gotten money to pay for this utility. So because of that, they won't mind. Then they are just training them with kids. Because I think not paying for this ECD for a longer period, I mean, we know the consequences. And I don't know why they were not able to alert the authorities that we are owing this amount. At least let's pay half or even quarter. And we sit down for this debt to be accumulated to end up to this stage. Then somebody somewhere is not doing his work well. Maybe they are saying that if the school fees were being taken, I mean, by the time we have paid, government says FSS. Now here we are. They don't even have money for us. But you should understand the financial situation. So don't take at heart what the government is doing, but let's think about the children. So I think the children deserve better. God bless you for your topic.
God bless you, Joseph. Salifu is in Koforidia. Hi, Salifu.
Hi, Kojo. Good morning.
Good morning to you, boss.
We thank you for bringing this thing to light. It is happening in all the schools. Kojo, I want you people to get the committee on the parliamentary committee on education to go through this thing. Because if there was budget, why didn't they pay? There should not be any light off. And the old boys, they should stop going there because they are encouraging the government. When they do something, the government said, oh, we have done that, we have done that. They don't give any old boys association credit that they've done this. They take the credit. Everything free, everything free. I told you before, that is free wahala, not free education. It's free wahala. So you people should let the parliamentary committee on education probe this thing. Why the light off? We cannot tolerate all these things. There are meetings. On the 3rd of March, I will be going for meeting at my daughter's PTA. They are going to ask us to pay for water, to pay electricity, and buy cooking utensils for canteen. Why? You are government say free, and everybody is praising them. Free wahala, not free education.
Wow. All right. Well, let's talk to our second Ken of the morning. He's in Legon. Hi, Ken. Good morning.
Good morning, Kojo. How are you?
My boss. Well.
It's not easy in Ghana, I tell you. I mean, sometimes when you wake up in the morning and you hear things like this, you ask yourself, really, is it that our leaders, I don't know, or is it that perhaps when we wake up in the morning, excuse me to say, we leave our heads, I mean, in the homes, our homes, and then move into our offices, so we can't think through simple problems. This is not a complex problem, I should say. This is just a simple problem. And we have all these huge cars all over the place with the motorcades. I mean, sometimes I could count the number of motorcades following whether it's a president or a vice president or a minister, and I'm asking myself, this is just bill. This is just light bill, water bill, utilities. Even that one too is also a problem. My God. What else can we do as a people in this country? Or as, what do you call it, leaders, if I should say so. What else would our leaders, what problems can they solve? Because if they can't solve this simple problem, then it's good we are in this situation. I mean, these are simple problems that should be solved. Yet that one is even a problem. So the complex ones, I mean, it's a no-go area.
Right. Thank you, Ken. Let's come to Accra now. France, good morning.
Yeah, good morning, Kojo.
Thanks for calling.
Okay. I think the harm has already been caused. What to do now is how to resolve the situation, because the cases are there and they'll be sweating and all that. If they were to be in a national science and maths quiz final right now, you see the old students and the old boys making noise. This is the time for them to come together to try and raise something and then try and resolve the issue. Let's just try and plead with ECG to give them an ultimatum, maybe like for a month, for them to come back and then disconnect. So for now, let's plead with them to give them power so they can make arrangements as and how to try and come up with something to resolve the issue. I'm sure somebody somewhere didn't do his job well. We should not try and put everything on the government. It has already happened. How do we resolve the issue? There are some schools who are trying better to come up with solar issues. My boy goes to Addis Ababa. They are trying to come up with this solar project. A very laudable idea. Why can't we all start to do something like that? I'm sure some of the heads are listening. All students, get up. Don't sit down. Start doing something. Let's not wait for this thing to be happening. And it might surprise you that it's not only Accra Academy who's facing this issue. There are a lot of schools facing this issue. But the bottom point is, how do we resolve this? Old students, old boys, try and organize something, raise something. I'm sure within a day or two they'll be able to come up with like something good to be able to go and clear some of the debt. The kids are there, they are suffering. Do we have to wait for government to raise up money and go and clear the debt? No. Start.
All right. Thank you, Franz. Thank you. Let's go back to Tema. Hello, Claude.
Hello, Kojo. How are you doing?
Managing, my brother.
Yes, Kojo. You know, the impunity of ECG sometimes has to be looked at. Now, postpaid means you use and you pay. Now, you should know the schedule of payment. How long has Accra owed? And have they been paying previously? If they've been paying previously, then they should give them time to pay. The other issue is about the tutors.
Well, according to ECG, we spoke to them earlier. According to them, Accra's bill has not been paid since July last year. Not a single bill has been paid since then. So it's almost 500,000 Ghana cedis.
Yes. Now with the masters or the teachers, now if they have paid, then they have infringed on their rights. I'm surprised that the masters are talking on radio. They should seek legal advice and get some compensation for the inconvenience caused. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Claude. Let's take one more call. Kofi is in Lashibi. Hi, Kofi.
Yes, boss. Greetings to you.
Thank you. To you too.
You see the tormentation we are having, putting our children through, and when they grow up, we can think of which leadership they're going to have. It's a shame, a day of shame. Yesterday, I heard that, and I called one of my the old students. And we couldn't believe it. So, in fact, my 6 months I went, I called the headmistress to find out, hey, please, are we owing? Because to come to that stage, that kids are on campus, not through the fault of DS, and then they will be put in the darkness, aside the normal doomsday that normally come, you're able to go and disconnect 3,000 young people. No wonder they're able to disconnect hospitals for people to die. If in some other countries, people's health must rule, because it is not acceptable when government has declared free SHS. Those monies that are being paid at other places, these are crucial areas that could be. No wonder we have a whole vice president who go commission a football pitch and commission buses that people are paying by card. These are things that are just on the fingertips of things that a president or vice president or even a minister is not going to talk about it. There are better things to do to enhance our life. What are we doing to our children? I have 2 children in SHS. One is Ola. If you tell the amount of money we spend, transportation when they are brought home and gone, in and out is 150. They come home almost 4 times in a year. 150 transport is how much? I could have used that money to finance the food, the feeding over there. What are we doing to our children? We are messing the emotions and the brain set of our children. What are we doing? What at all are we doing to our children? What crime? God have mercy on Ghana.
Thank you, Kofi. Thank you for calling. Certainly, Kofi moved by events there. Thanks to all of you who called us. We appreciate your time ever so much. But there's even more to come on the Super Morning Show. Besides, we're on the verge of Ghana Month. Guess what we've got in store for you? Stay with us. We're back after these.
National Health Insurance.
Great news! The National Health Insurance Scheme NHIS has waived the waiting period for all members aged 70 years and above. All 70 years and above are also exempted from paying a premium. Enrollment and renewal are absolutely free on the NHIS. Members who are 70 years and above can automatically access healthcare when they newly register with the NHIS or renew their membership annually. You are no longer required to serve the 1-month waiting period for late renewals. Dad, mom, grandpa, and grandma, let your old age be filled with good health and access instant healthcare at zero cost on the NHIS today. Download the My NHIS mobile app to register with your Ghana card or visit the nearest NHIS office. Terms and conditions apply. For details, contact the NHIS call center on 054 444 6447 or 0302 746 447. NHIS, your access to quality healthcare. This message is brought to you by the United States Agency for International Development, USAID.
Dive into a new era of news consumption with myjoyonline.com, your go-to destination for cutting-edge journalism, giving you the most credible stories from business to politics and from sports to entertainment. Myjoyonline.com introduces an upgraded news website meticulously designed to empower you with an enriched browsing experience like never before. Experience the future of news browsing with myjoyonline.com.
Coffee in your cup. Enjoy on the set.
We are your official Ghana Month station, right? We do it bigger and better on Joy. We make that feeling of national pride come out in beautiful ways every single year. And this year is no exception. 2024, big election year. It's a leap year as well. So obviously we need to do things bigger and better in leaps and bounds, right? Okay. So, of course, Director of Programs is here with us, Edem Naite. Anytime you see Edem, you know that big things are going. Edem is here to tell us exactly what big things we have in store for you in the big month of March.
Brother Kojo.
Yes, Auntie.
Otedene.
My pool well.
I like the way you shut down your kambu and your something.
I knew you were coming, so I thought I'd put in some small effort for you. But Ghana month is coming up. Talk to us.
We have so much, but we'll come back to tell you everything. But this morning, I just came to announce, our trip for Ghana month. You've been on some of the trip.
Yes.
You've done Afajato.
I am your trip.
But you didn't climb.
I am your trip ambassador.
You didn't climb.
No, the climbing I left to others.
But we did Maha.
Yes.
That was crazy.
That was very special.
That was very special, yes. Yeah. So, and we've done quite a number. We went kayaking. Were you on the Volta Lake too?
No, I missed that.
Oh, you missed that one. We've gone kayaking, savannah, safari. We've conquered Ghana, the Conquer Ghana tour. That's all right. That have come. And, we did all of these with our listeners. So this time round, we thought we'd do something a bit different, take it a notch higher. Ever experienced tent accommodation?
Pardon?
Say pardon? Tent accommodation.
I'm yet to,
Me too, I'm looking forward to it. Yes. So that's the highlight of what we are doing this year.
Wow.
We're going to pitch camp somewhere on top of the Ibri Mountains.
Oh.
Yes. This was the same reaction like this was giving me yesterday. You people should stop it.
Oh, we're tenting it up.
Yes, we're tenting it up.
Okay.
And so we move from Accra. We will go by the Asinema waterfalls. We'll go to Ewukugwa. There's some very beautiful history around the birth of Okomfa Noche there. I was actually surprised because Kumasi, Ewukugwa, but there's a very beautiful story around it. We'll go by the place before we get to the campsite, where that evening the jungle party will be ongoing by the fireside with Anansi's stories. Wow. We're going to be having a Jama contest. Ankasa.
Achadi.
Pardon. There will be the movie night as well. And then there's, the jungle party is coming with barbecue. Oh. And so that whole evening, if you want to go and sleep, well, that's for you. But there really isn't going to be time to sleep because it's going to be a lot of fun that evening. And then at dawn, we will go hiking, proper hiking. And then we will come back. Yesterday, people were asking, so if it is, tent accommodation and all that, proper camping, are we going to be, bathing outside, bucket and pail and things like that? They want all that.
They want to wash in the river and things.
I'm telling you. So now I have to start thinking about how we're going to create all that experience. And then when we're done, we spend a good part of the day at the Safari Valley Eco Park. You were talking about it. We'll spend time there, have lunch there before we come back to Accra. So, I'll be coming back with, more highlights, but this is just what is
just small.
Exactly. And guess how much all of this is for? 1,500 cedis.
Oh, come on.
For everything. Transportation, access to the tourist sites. You only have to come with yourself. You're not buying food. You're not buying water. Nothing. Everything is catered to for 1,500 cedis per person. Yes.
And I like it because it's a unique experience. It's something that most people have never done.
I haven't experienced it.
It's something you really need to chalk up as an experience with your family, with your kids.
Exactly.
These are the things they'll talk about when they are grown up, and that's wonderful. Plus, you should have started with the grill.
The grills, the barbecue.
The barbecue. You started with tent.
Because that's what I think. That is what I am really looking forward to. So I'm biased towards that one. I'm really looking forward. I've heard people talk about it, and then I can imagine the breeze, on top of the mountain around that time. So I'm looking forward to it. It's on the 16th.
Wow.
We leave Accra on the 16th of March, and we're back on the 17th in the evening after spending a good time, on the 17th at the Safari Valley Eco Park.
That's wonderful.
And like I said, it's 1,500 cedis only.
How do we get in on it? How do we make our payments?
So your payments via Momo will be on 059 303 8842.
Okay.
059 303 8842.
Okay.
And if you want to ask more questions, you can call us on 0302 216549.
Right.
0302 216540. Sorry, 0302 216540. If you want, if you have more questions to ask, and if you pay, we will get back to you with your registration code, so you know that your payment has been received. And again, we're pleading. I remember what happened when we had to go to Maha. Pay. And then when we put sold out, that's when you had so many people knocking, but we were sold out. We went with 3.5 buses, and this time we were planning for, because of the tents, you don't have like unlimited tent. And so if you're interested, please make your reservations now, so that we can, adequately plan for you.
It's important. Get it done now. So you are in. Book it for the whole family. Let's go and have a fantastic time. I can't wait. It'll be wonderful. Adam, as always, you've got us all excited and you are going.
Kojo, I'll be waiting for you.
Are you? All right, don't go anywhere.
Thank you.
There's more to come. Adam Naite, of course, is Director of Programs here at Joy. We're back after these.
I'm too spirited, I'm cool tempered. They say my dance is silly, my girls are hips, I love my soccer, all my ladies taste like sugar. I'm made in Ghana, I'm made in Ghana, I'm made in Ghana, I'm made in Ghana. You can take me to London, I'm made in Ghana. You can take me to Lagos, but I'm made in Ghana. I'm made in Ghana, I'm made in Ghana, I'm made in Ghana, I'm made in Ghana. You can take me to London, I'm made in Ghana. You can take me to Lagos, but I'm made in Ghana. Flight up a sea, Kotoka, Bugger Unity, yeah, on the car. The cassette, voice I share, then your temperature. Now you put from one some pocket pressure. Now still you did that. I show one show love, you be my boss with your CSO. When I train the best, I have to some fans for ya. Rasta man say one low. From bullet to Accra, one soul. Then you now see the ya one do. Kill a will in the fire, one bow. But a man day, they one chop rango. But some few ones day, they one show. Gonna be the gateway, no be the window. You need not Ghana swap for safety na yan show. Echo die Messica, and when you change the back, so now none of the woman tell that ya best sign you will sign. You know why you miss out. Oh my God, about the rapper, but you ran there to a I'm made in Ghana, I'm made in Ghana, I'm made in Ghana, I'm made in Ghana. You can take me to London, I'm made in Ghana. You can take me to Lagos, but I'm made in Ghana.
Yeah, Ghana month is upon us. All exciting stuff. Okay, just before we go though, a couple of things.
Yes, because Joy News, in collaboration with an amalgam of professional bodies, is organizing a public lecture on the topic, Has the Fourth Republic Delivered? Faith Leaders and Good Governance. Speakers include Abeku Sego, Susan Eduamankwa, and the main speaker is Theodore Albright. The moderator for this event is Philip Oseibonsu. It's on the 5th of March, 2024. Time 6:30 p.m. British Council. Admission is free. Call 0244 220427 for more information. And this event is powered by Joy News independent, fearless, and credible journalism.
Now, I was asking Kojo, the first name of Nana Banama is Rosemond, right?
She doesn't like being called Rosemond, but yes.
Okay, yes. Her woman of valor is back. Yes. On Thursday, the 7th of March 2024, renowned Ghanaian film director Shirley Frimpong Manso, Nigeria's Rita Dominic, and South Africa's Bonan Mathiba will share their untold stories of courage here in Accra. To attend, register now on this website, womenofvalor.co. To join us at 9 a.m. at the UPSC Auditorium. Women of Valor is in partnership with Chango for your group contributions and crowdfunding, MTN, Verna Water, the GhanaReport.com, Zenith Bank, Binance, Compassion International Ghana, the God Seeking Foundation, Oh My Hair Office and Co., My Party Place, Caveman Watches, Beautiful Beneath, Goba Kente, Ignite Youth Empowerment Initiative, SG Etiquette Consulting, Kiari Realty, Alliance Media, DDP, Colormax, Premium 369, First Class Solutions, Kari Beauty Spa, Zinc Cosmetics, Image Bloom, Stanners Beauty Studio, Glam Brushes, and also Wella Dazzles, and also supported by Joy 99.7 FM. You can't miss Women of 2024.
All right, well, this is where we draw the curtain. We're back tomorrow with even more. I'm so glad you joined us for today's edition of the show. Got a big one coming tomorrow. You don't want to miss it. Make sure you're with us from 10 minutes to 6 all the way through the morning. Until then, though, stay with joy. My name is Kojo Yankson. I'm the morning man.